And that's when I told him, you can't do that here. That's illegal.
Whoa.
Oh,
Don't
dude,
tell
you
our
can't
secret.
just-
Come on, man. Anyway.
I mean, I didn't even want to hear this story, and you just said it just like that. Now I'm an accomplice.
Guys, we're alive.
Oh no.
Anyways, welcome back to Whispers of Hope, our Legend of Zelda Dungeons & Dragons campaign. I am Zom, I'm the Dungeon Master for the campaign. We're playing on a off day today just because I am on vacation currently for 2 weeks, so I figured why not throw in a couple extra sessions. As well as I'll probably stream just in general a couple more days since I'm on vacation. But
So I gotta ask a question for my ADHD brain. You get me on Monday, so I have energy. Isn't Why Not a Pokemon?
It is
that is a Pokemon.
the de-evolution of Wobbuffet.
Oh,
The pre-evolution, not the.
It's the reverse, whatever,
It's
the
the
smaller
baby.
guy.
If you want to get technical.
Why? What determined this? Brought this
what
up?
determinist? You said why not?
Oh, you're a
It's
smart
simple.
So I had to
Anyways,
ask.
Jesus
Oh, no.
Christ.
We're gonna be so chaotic.
It's gonna be a good day today.
Jesus Christ. Alright, anyways, we'll do our intros like normal, starting with the dog.
Becoming overstimulated
Rawr.
already.
Okay. Hello, audience. I am Rhettaliate, aka Novaretta, aka Vivra the Twili Druid.
I'm Jaxi. I'm temporarily playing Perla, and she's leaving today.
She's leaving.
So
Spoilers. Akari.
Sky/CeruleanxIris or CeruleanxIris on Twitter. I play Akari, the Shiekah Rogue.
Ellie, your name is CeruleanxIris?
It's Key.
Iris?
Keyblade.
I'm hard to learn.
Velkorin.
I'm AlistairForgall and I play Velkorin.
And
And on the
Toto.
way.
That was fast.
Goodness
And Toto.
gracious.
Kael.
Oh, my turn. Hello, I'm Kael, or KaelosMythos. I just woke up.
Whoa,
And I
calm
played-
down a
I
little.
played Toto.
Oh,
Yes.
The
well, good to
sleepy
know.
person.
Good to know.
Oh, right. And again, I'm Zom, the Dungeon Master. So yeah. Just like I said, my only announcement for me is I'm on vacation for 2 weeks, so I'll probably throw a couple random streams in throughout those 2 weeks while I'm not doing yard work and shit that I have planned. But otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, no other announcements. I guess the other announcement is that we'll be switching our day that we'll be playing soon to accommodate for some work schedules. Once we lock down a specific day and time, I'll post that on Twitter as usual, or Discord if you're following it. Either way, but yeah. So we'll be swapping to a different day as soon as we figure out which day we're doing it. But yeah. Otherwise, yeah. To recap what happened last time, our party finally, after making their way through the stone tower in Akana, getting back into Hyrule, so they were on the Hyrulean side of the stone tower, they made their way to the Rito village of Ney, who go by the Gatori, which are essentially the culture of the Garo mixed in with the culture of the Rito, kind of taking their own thing as they mix the two cultures together to become the Gatori. While the party was there, they kind of learned some of the lore and everything about the Gatori and the Garo, more about where Wythr came from and who she was, essentially. Her culture, at least, not personal stuff about her, but anyways. Velkorin had a moment and passed the fuck out after taking a bath, which unfortunately left him unconscious to be revealed to Vivra finally. They had a
I mean,
bit
I'd
of
say
a
that's fortunate.
unfortunate. I mean, it's unfortunate that he passed out because he wasn't taking care of
Yes.
himself.
I could agree with that.
But yeah, so he had passed out, knocked his mask off. Well, mostly knocked his mask off, and Vivra took the curiosity overwhelmed her and had to see what he looked like after reading his mind a bit while he was sleeping, and they kind of had a bit of a discussion, and Velkorin revealed a bit of what he is and who he is to Vivra. After that, everybody else was kind of just doing their own thing while they were in the village, waiting for the gust wind to get back so that they could leave the next day. Akari took most of their time to learn about the culture from Gavide, the chief of the Gatori, and everybody else kind of just did their own thing. Afterwards, towards the end of the night, Vivra had unfortunately had another nightmare after it building up for so long for her, as well as Velkorin had something told to him late in the evening, as just before we were ending, so we will pick up from that part. So essentially, Velkorin has just had his whatever happened to him at the end of the session, and that's where we'll start off. Leave everybody else was asleep since Velkorin slept all day.
How much longer after Vivra got back would he have gotten the information?
It would have been after everybody had gone back to sleep.
Okay, so it would have been a while then.
Different music. Alright. So, Velkorin, what are you doing?
My first question is, how early is it in the morning right now?
Oh, probably about 2-ish hours from sunrise, probably, or so. 3 a.m.
I want to go wake up the chieftain.
Okay.
Real quick.
Sure. So you head over to Gavide's house, and you see he's kind of resting in back. Actually, it's funny because he looked like he was reading a book or something and just passed out in his chair, so he's just laying there. You know, he's doing the grandma and grandpa thing where they're just resting their eyes in the chair, pretty much.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Walking in there. I have a strange question. Does your calendar follow the same calendar as the rest of Hyrule?
Yeah, I guess technically.
Do you currently have a calendar by chance with the current dates on it?
He's like, he's processing still because you just woke him up and he was taking a nap, pretty much.
This is important, man.
Hold on. He just kind of rubs his eyes a bit, and the book that he was reading falls on. Like, oh shit!
Or like a journal or something.
Reaches down and picks it back up, and hold on, and he stretches a minute and gets up and walks back in his area, shuffling around a little bit. After a minute, he says, "All right, you can come on back here. I found it. Took me a minute." Just very groggy because he just suddenly woke him up.
It's his fault for trying to read a book and taking a nap at the same time.
It's 3 a.m.
That's his fault.
Alright, but yeah, he points out the calendar for lack of actually making a calendar for you guys. It's similar to our own calendar, but different names and stuff, because I didn't expect somebody to ask for a calendar.
Alright. Do you mind if I take this?
Sure.
I'll give it back. I need it to help explain something.
Okay. takes it and folds it up and hands it over to you.
Okay, and like this calendar has like notes on it, so it looks like it's actually like been used and it's okay. That's good. That's important. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna unravel it one more time. Can you circle today's date for me and sign it,
Hold the
please?
calendar.
It's like he's very confused by why you want this, but he's like, okay, he does what you ask.
Thank you. And I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna head back to the house. Oh, turn around and put a piece of candy and then walk back.
Sup the candy. And
My goodness.
Hey, old people gotta share them candies, man.
Goodness
I give
gracious,
them equivalent
okay.
of a root beer barrel.
He looks at the candy and
yum.
goes, put this in my tea.
You could. And then walks away.
He goes back to his parent. Yeah. Okay.
I would say Vivra laid down in wolf form by the front door. That's
Okay.
where she is right now.
Sure.
And then I will just wait for everybody to be awake.
Say a couple more hours. The sun starts to come up. And so we'll say it's sunrise at this point now. So if anybody, assuming everybody is starting to wake up now, so.
How many hours have I been in wolf form?
When did you turn into wolf?
After she had the nightmare, she woke up
Had the nightmare, so
and
probably
did a run.
about midnight, probably when you had your nightmare.
Okay.
So 5-6-ish hours. Starting to
That's
push it,
long.
probably.
Okay.
What did we say? 8 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe about around that.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
You're good for now.
We had a whole chart for it.
Somewhere. It's buried in our things somewhere. When it happens, we'll find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sun starts to rise across the sand dunes in the distance. Everybody is. You hear the black cuckoo that was inside is now on top of one of the buildings and just starts cawing because the sun came out. Everybody starts to wake up. What's
Vivra
that?
shakes herself off as she gets up and
Just so
stretches.
that you are just covered in sand because you stepped outside in the desert.
I unearth from my mound of sand and shake myself
It's like those
up.
dogs that
Oh, that's
fall
where
asleep.
she was.
It's like those dogs that fall asleep outside in the wintertime and then they're just
It was
pile of
cozy
Pile of
outside.
snow.
Desert at night is very nice and comfy for a creature covered in fur.
probably. But as soon as the sun comes out, not so much.
Yeah, now it's like,
Oh, never mind. I don't like this anymore. Alright. It is dawn and everybody is starting to wake up.
Parla does her usual routine of casting mage armor, putting perfume on, everything. Doing her hair, all that.
While everybody's waking up, I'll have breakfast for them as an easy way to corral them all into one spot.
God, Dad is making breakfast for once. You forget Mom's anniversary again?
Mom's dead.
Mom's
Yeah,
dead.
Mom's dead.
No. Jesus.
Sorry.
She's
Wow,
not
what a
dead. She just
ungrateful
went to
child
go get.
forgetting that their own mother is dead.
Gee.
I guess I'll just wait because I don't know what they want to do before they come for breakfast.
What is everybody doing?
Well, Kari would have just been awake and stretching and everything already. So she'll come into the room, see the breakfast, and kind of just eyes narrow and ask, what's the occasion?
Ain't no rusted anywhere.
I have some important information I need to give to the group. And it's easier to persuade people to group with food than it is just telling them to stay.
Vivra sniffing the table hears this, gives him a look, sighs,
Good point.
and then probably detransforms at that point, so she can just, respond normally.
We're just waiting on Toto.
Toto
What?
sleeps through the entire day.
Oh
Just kidding.
boy.
God, I wish. Yeah, Toto walks in, but a little late. Sees the food. Little suspect at first, but then goes down and eats it.
Alright, now that the important people are here. There's really, it matters to all of us, but ultimately where we're going, it only matters to the four of us.
That's fair.
How many of you, this is a real question because I'm gonna be honest, like how many people know what today's date is without having to look? Probably not everybody here. How many people knew what the date was before or when we went into the sand? Or when we started traveling? To make it easier, when the last time we were in like a city? Do you not remember what the date was?
Journals the days, she would probably know, right?
You don't have to say it out loud because we're gonna be
No,
like
I was
it's
asking
May 10th. Just well, like
no, I know.
but it's just like how many, like for character wise, how many of your characters would know?
Well, that's why I'm asking Zom.
I'm sure
to-
Toto would know just based on the like.
Toto
Toto's
probably keeps
overall
track of it in their
Yeah.
slate. Vivra keeps track of it in her journal.
They've got
I don't
the
know what
satellite
Akari does.
calendar.
Yeah, like Toto's got a phone. Like Toto knows the date. But
You
In
want
the
the
future,
exact
they're fine.
You
But
want
it's
the
just like-
exact date and time.
I'm going to take the calendar out and put it on the ground with the current circle date.
On the ground?
Oh, on the table. Yeah, on the ground. Look. While we were away, it appears that it has been 18 months.
Huh?
While we were
Guys,
in
my kid is crying. I gotta be right back.
the void, it had been 18 months.
So that whole trip of ours, 18
That
months that passed.
That lasted 2 days for us, was 18 months here.
Not only did I lose 20 years of my life,
You-
you lost 18 months too.
Yeah, you're 21 and a half now.
Not like Akari has like the most basic understanding of this. Like, I'm just getting fucked.
My birthday.
What's Akari? You gotta roll for a constitution save for me.
So, whatever we're currently doing or working on, I feel like is going to be overweight of getting back to what's the city where Frederick is?
Saria.
Getting back to Saria and checking in on everything there, especially Ganon and the girl
Naomi.
Naomi, and also checking in on Frederick because I have gathered some information while we've been here that it appears there has been an outbreak of war in the west and an attempt on Frederick's life. No word on Naomi yet, though.
How'd you know this information?
The same way I get most of my information through
In my
little
head.
birds. Yeah.
The voices.
All 26 of them, and they're all named Charles. Through spells of messaging and stuff of the like, through my friends who gather information for me.
So magic communication.
It is how I learned of the 18-month skip, and it is how I learned of the assassination attempt on Frederick's life. but like I said, they didn't have enough time to send me anything on Naomi. And I know that she is of importance.
For the record,
You didn't tell them enough about the village, did you?
All I know is that there was an attempt on Frederick. A war broke out with the Twili in the west, and that's been 18 months. That's all. That's it, right? Because I know we talked about stuff off game, so I don't want to make sure I'm saying stuff that we talked about out of game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure those were it, right? Those three things were the three.
I think I missed like everything.
Since you revealed it, I guess I can say it. He had told you, he asked you, are you alive? Are you there? You said, yes, I'm alive. He said, where the fuck are you? It's been 18 months. You said you got sent into a portal. And he's like, shit's happening. You need to get back. We need to talk in Lamlan. That's all you know in games. So you did give away a little bit on accident.
Okay, yeah, see, that was on accident. See, that was 100% me not remembering what exactly was said in the tells.
Yep.
But it wasn't also the Frederick information was through the tells as well?
Nope. It was just because he used the sending spell. He had 25 words to tell you. The only thing he told you was
well, guys, I
lots
just
have
spoiled
happened.
a lot of information. So
that's okay.
But yeah,
we'll say he sent one last message and gave you that little thing
he
since
he
we
had an
oopsed.
additional spell slot. So we have to get back.
Akari asks, you didn't tell them about this village, right?
I didn't say anything. All I said is that I was away, and we will get back as soon as possible.
Okay, good.
We're only. I mean, to us, it was like a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, day or 2 days.
I'm going to assume there was some type of weird ethereal magic that took place.
I mean, we did meet with the goddess of time, so it kind of fits that somehow we got displaced in time, I guess.
Oh, weird. Akari, you're.
You met with a what?
Akari, what the fuck?
Huh?
What?
Velkorin made a
Wait.
joke, and you
What
guys
did
were
Velkorin say?
I did. Oh my gosh, Akari, you've aged.
to say this is probably the first time he's actually looked at her face, so
Probably.
When she's at the convent, it keeps you said. So after the meeting with the goddess of time, I guess we got displaced in time.
why is Akari the only one that aged 20 years?
But what it comes down to, as soon as we get this path out of here, we have a destination now.
Maybe I'm just still tired or something, but I don't know when we met a god.
Akari looks at Vivra a bit confused for that statement. What do you mean you don't remember? It was a whole thing. We got
Slowly.
like information what to do.
Slowly
think
looks
I
at
would
the camera
remember
like I'm
that.
on The Office.
So, any other questions,
No.
comments, concerns?
You remember a goddess, right, Velkorin?
Ding.
I do. But
Velkorin does too.
okay, well, yes, I do. Thank you. It's already been like a month since
Squinty
that took
face.
place, so I can. I do remember this. Yes.
Okay, Akari thinks more on it. Wondering.
And that happened.
4 score and 65 years in the past.
After we fell through the sand, there was a whole event with Wythr spirit.
With who?
things.
Withered spirits. Okay.
Oh no.
There are spirits
Oh
and they're
my
withered.
God.
Oh no. What's the last thing you remember?
Akari looked at
Waking
pure
up as a
shock at her.
wolf, turning back into myself, and eating this breakfast that you've made.
Okay.
That's the last thing I remember. But I don't think that's what you mean. Please
Yes,
be more
what-
specific.
What is the last thing you remember from before we showed up here?
So you're talking about the sand air place, right? But like when we fell
Yeah,
through?
the city that we're in now.
Yeah. Okay. So there was, let's see. Well, there was darkness, and then there was more darkness. I thought there was a light, but that went away too. And then we woke up, and we were in a place. I followed you guys to. I guess you guys kept calling it a castle. Akari talked to some guy, and then he helped us escape, and then we were here.
Okay, and before that, anything?
Before what? But there was the scary masked man that tried to murder me.
That was like a whole. That was days before, right? That was like a day before we went into the portal thing, right?
The masked guy lunged at her, everything froze, and then we went into the sand. That's what happened before
Okay.
the darkness, and then the light, and then the
Akari,
whatever.
I think Vivra lost some of her memories.
That's insane.
Hey, Vivra, when did you meet the Twili that you keep talking to?
Perla?
Is that her name? Yeah, when did you meet her?
Parla peeks around the corner.
That's a great question. Yeah, when?
Um,
How do you know Perla?
She was hiding out in the room with the big scary guy that, tried to kill us.
And why did that guy try to kill us?
So,
We were, well, he's a bad guy. We were in his space,
so
and
just
undead usually try to kill people.
Akari nods.
so
Yes,
just
I
to put it
understand
in more specifics, you remember being almost stabbed by a guy, and then we were being attacked by a different guy. That's pretty much it, right?
Attacked by a couple of guys, and I think you guys called it Termina or Ikana or whatever it was.
But you don't remember an explosion or a.
I mean,
Ghost?
Toto set off a bomb in a window.
Okay, but I think anything that had to do with Wythr, she doesn't remember.
With who? Who is
That's
this
sad.
her?
With her, Jesus Christ.
Akari could
Oh.
just look away and say under her breath, "That's sad."
All right. Well, this is a question for the DM, or it's a further question for more out of character for Jaxi and Retta. Didn't Wythr give Retta flowers at some point?
Retta gave, or Vivra gave.
Oh,
Wythr
so I win the game! Oh, I'm canon!
But did
But yes, Vivra has a gift from Wythr.
and
Do you guys know
And a
about the
note
gift? She
from
never
Wythr.
shared with you guys.
She did not,
yeah, that's where I'm coming into a blank here.
and you haven't found yours yet, so you.
I
don't know
haven't
the
even
gift
looked.
This.
I've got like 140 pockets. There ain't no way I'm finding it anytime soon.
There was a point where you were like, I was listening back and you were rummaging for a while, and then I'm like, oh, you didn't mention anything. That was weird.
Because I didn't find it. I feel like this is something I don't have the expertise to handle. We can table it for now and maybe find somebody who might be able to help with their memories or something later. Because I have no
I don't need-
idea how to handle this. I'm gonna look over at Toto and Akari for ideas.
Are you
I
guys
don't
playing a
have
joke
magic
on me
knife.
or something?
You're asking me to help you? Crazy.
Just any ideas
I mean-
besides waiting? Because we already have to find a cleric for
Akari.
Kari.
My bones hurt.
My bones.
Yeah,
You guys are being a little ridiculous.
I already
I
had the
know the
roll
four
thing.
of us have been traveling for a couple months, but like, it's kind of a silly joke, don't you think?
That's like
Can you-
Akari takes a breath and just walks out the room.
Can I use
But-
identify on Vivra?
Toto, are you in on this joke? What do you? Don't touch me.
Bust off the lens.
Yeah, when you use identify on
The
her.
magnifying glass comes out.
Looks at her with a magnifying glass. Yep, lost her memories.
I can't touch your brain, so I'll touch your head.
Why?
Jesus.
I asked you not to.
Yeah. She seems normal. Nothing magical would, or anything like that would show up on her. She's normal as far as you can see.
Oh, she's broken.
Think about what. So you're in on it too. Great. Okay. Fantastic.
You really don't remember Wythr.
Oh.
Oh my. You know what?
Also, who names their kid Wythr if that's the name? That's like, oh, I'm frail and decaying. Was
Oh.
she a weak child? Who is this?
Oh.
Oh my god, you have no filter. I'm gonna leave now. Goodbye. Good luck,
That's the one that
Velkorin.
calls names all the time.
Just withered away from her memory.
Oh, you had to get in one in this one.
I
didn't
had to
ya?
get one in there.
Hypocrite.
So when's the guy come back? He's supposed to be back today, right? Or is it?
He was
had
back
to stay
already.
Akari will mention he's back.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's
he needed a
to
rest.
rest.
That's why.
Then I will go ask how fast. I'm gonna go back to the lead guy, bring him back his calendar.
He's asleep on the chair again.
I'm gonna just smack it onto the table.
Akari
We have
will
to stop
also
meeting
check.
like this. When are we able to head out?
Yeah. Stretches again because he was fell asleep in the
Told
chair
him we
again.
have to stop meeting like this. This is bad for your health and mine.
Yeah, well, it happens, man.
The sun's awake, so you're awake.
He just
That's from
blinks
a
a bit
movie.
and rubs his eyes,
don't
and
know
he
who
gets
you
up because this light is out now. He's like, I guess you're right. It is time to get up.
The
He
sky's
gets up.
awake, so-
This is kind of like his brain's not awake yet, so he's just kind of shaking it off for a minute. I'll go check on him. See how much longer he needs. He probably should be well rested, so it's just a matter of getting things set up for you, and then you guys can
Alrighty.
probably head out soon.
Just wanted to make sure we could get things rolling. That way we get out of your hair and we can be on our way.
Fair enough. Stretches a bit and walks out of his building and heads over to the building nearby, which is the Druide, which is the Gust Wind. So he heads over there to go have a discussion with them, and you guys can continue with what you're doing. Ever having an existential crisis?
Yeah, I don't know what they're
Shit.
doing. I'm gonna go help them get
She's
ready.
not
for
having a
the
crisis. She doesn't. She's like, these people are being weird.
I was gonna
and
say, I
don't
guess you could
understand.
insight check them if you want.
Oh, sure. Why not? Who's still nearby me? Everyone ran away. They
Kari's
were like,
the
I'm
only
not
one,
dealing with
I
this.
think Kari's the only one that stayed.
Well,
I
Akari,
think
I thought
Akari
Akari was the
left
first to leave.
yeah.
Oh, they
Yeah.
left? Oh, I didn't hear
Akari
that.
stepped away first. She didn't leave the room, but she like stepped away with her side.
Okay.
Got
Carla's
it.
still there.
Well,
But-
Carla joined after the fact.
She's
Well-
wandered in and just looking at the calendar and stuff because obviously you guys weren't speaking in Twili or anything, so she's just gonna
Yeah.
look at the calendar and piece it together for herself.
That's a 13 on Akari, so I don't think I can read you.
I mean,
Depends on if Akari wants it or not.
I mean, if you look at Akari and get a read on her, you will see she is completely serious. There was no joking intended.
Vivra's a bit confused and kind of has that. Are they? No, can't. Don't start doubting yourself. Ugh.
Yeah, something's all in your head.
Gaslighting isn't
when
real.
this is when the reveal is that I was gaslit the entire time.
Everybody was. Wythr was never in the campaign. Look at all the old videos. She's not in any of them.
Oh my
It's
god.
just a blank.
It's literally just an empty space.
That would
We
be
just
Yep.
added this thing for
commitment to the
Jackson
bit. I went and edited every
Hi
movie
guys, I'm new
out.
here.
Whew, thank goodness I wrote down my notes beforehand. The notes that conveniently
Right.
don't include Wythr.
I also forgot to do our...
Isn't that right? Doesn't she have a journal with a bunch of notes?
She
She
does.
Oh. Velkorin has too big of a headache to deal with that right now. He's
You've seen
He's
the journal, or
dehydrated.
you've seen a page of it.
I have, but dealing with this is a second priority of starting the journey back. We've
Oh,
got a
if
whole,
there's
we got a whole journey back. We can look at this.
Who Perla gets the inspiration today.
again,
No,
Perla got it
let
last
someone else
time.
have it.
Alright,
Let someone
fine.
else
No, no,
have it.
no, Perla,
rolled the
take
two
it
again.
because here, listen. Before you got it, I got it like 4 sessions in a row, and I was like, I didn't even realize. I feel bad.
Nah.
I'm not even gonna be here for the whole session, so I don't
Well,
count.
All right, fine. I'll re-roll it.
No, it's fine. Let her have it.
Velkorin gets it.
Let her
this
have
time.
that last huzzah.
All right, Velkorin gets it today then.
Goodness. Okay. Yeah, just eat breakfast, and if there's nothing else to do, she'll probably go back to her book that she's been reading, that Toto's book.
All right. I guess then, Akari, what are you doing?
She would help get everything ready for departure.
And Toto, what
Well,
about
actually, no.
Oh.
He's gonna lay flat on a chair.
you? Right.
Help
Right.
you, just kidding. Oh, if they're packing to go, Vivr's gonna help for sure.
Because for some reason, Akari seems moving a little bit slower today and kind of doing the, you know, the old man thing whenever you get up and you just go, and you get up
She's
and you
not
get
bad
down.
old.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
he acts all that much, but she
yeah, but
definitely
some
acts
days when you're
right now.
30, you wake up and it's just like, oh, fuck, my back. So, Akari slept on the bed the wrong way or whatever she slept on. Right, Toto, what are you doing? No! My dice.
I am currently calibrating my Shiekah slate.
Okay. Okay.
Perla, after studying the calendar and stuff, she's gonna wander off and scry on Liat again.
I'll DM you in a bit when I figure out what I want to have them be doing.
Yep.
Actually, just general would be easier. He's just seems to be walking in a desert town.
She's spying on her fiance.
Yep.
Yeah, to avoid
Just checking in.
Mhm.
Seems to be walking around in a desert town.
This is called stalkerish behavior.
Calling your husband to see when he's coming home from work is stalking now.
Well, first of all,
They hadn't
you're
been
the
gone
one that
for a
has
year
to
and a
be-
half.
you're the one that
Oh,
has
you
to
can't-
be coming home.
Oh, I wasn't sure if
You ran
really
away.
can or not.
Okay, yeah, calling your husband to tell him you're coming home a year and a half late from work is stalking.
You're not calling him. You're scrying on him. to
That's
see
the
where he
slowest stalker I've ever met.
is, right? If you were sending a tell, that's one thing, but you're like, I'm gonna see where you are.
I don't have the sending spell.
She's checking his location on the phone.
I've been
Yeah.
gone for a long time. I should make sure he's, okay and maybe still alive.
He's the one
Wow,
stalking
why are
me.
you stalking him?
He's stalking
You're
your
kind of
husband.
insane, Perla.
This is
Yeah.
her least problematic trait.
Yeah, she's gotta always check that location on phone. Like, well, you spend a lot of at this place called work. Why are you there for so long?
I will remind you, he was the one looking for her.
That's what I mean. That's why she's like stalking his location
No.
to avoid him.
Exactly.
Okay, that's
It's
stalking.
giving caring partner, and Velkorin doesn't like it.
That's what I was saying. Like she's literally looking at the location to avoid this man. That's stalking.
You don't know if she's trying to avoid him.
She's been avoiding him for years.
She doesn't know that. Or she
Technically.
didn't.
Anyways.
But yeah, you see him. You're scrying on him. You just see him walking around a desert village. There seem to be a bunch of different Twili around that he stops and talks to every once in a while, but for the most part, he's just walking around.
All right.
Not too much going on. So yeah, if nobody else is doing anything, just move ahead with you guys getting ready. Which, I mean, it's not like you guys have any things with you that you brought here, so it's not like you have stuff to pack up.
Minimal stuff, really.
And you kind of make your guys' way, make your way over to where Gruide was, and you can see that he's packing up the sand sail with a couple things because it is a relatively longer travel. That you guys, it's at least a day's worth of travel that he has to help out with. That's why he needed the rest. But so he's mostly just getting supplies to food and water to get there and back, and then a couple. You see he has a bow and a bunch of arrows just in case. But for the most part, it's traveling very light because obviously you don't want to travel too heavy if you're pushing the wind itself. It's pretty much. But yeah.
Okay, so we probably shouldn't be trying to stock up too hard on like food stuff and whatnot.
No, lighter the
We don't
better.
want to weigh them down. Okay. Cool.
Excuse me. Ugh. Sorry. And then he notices, I guess whoever made their way over to him, he would have gotten up and acknowledged you guys, whoever is there. I guess I don't know who's there. Probably Velkorin.
I did see if there was packing to do, Vivra would probably eventually go help as well. Though she's got her umbrella because it's probably freaking bright out.
Oh yes, it is bright out.
I
I
can
am
help.
over there helping set stuff up.
Okay.
And then, actually, wait, can I go find Akari?
Or
Akari will be in the house on the armchair, just slug.
Can I borrow your expertise for 2 seconds?
If I can do these expertise.
I need you to identify something for me.
What am I identifying?
I'm gonna take out the thing I'm not supposed to know what it is, but I know what it is. And put it on in their hand.
if you remember, it was candy that Velkorin had given to the Poe girl. When he got it back, it had gone from a piece of candy to a moonstone-looking pearl. And then, yeah, if Akari's going to identify it, then I'll say the next part.
Akari uses identify.
Yeah, so when you identify it, essentially you see that it is a moon pearl. I will send you the sheet for it. Give me just a second.
Don't I already have it?
You might.
I do. I have it. It's already equipped.
Yeah.
Negates the
I gotta
light
know it now, too.
sensitivity racial trait for Twili while held. For non-Twili race, it allows them to retain their humanoid for a while in the dark realm. So I am okay now in the sunlight, even without my mask.
Is your mask off?
No.
Oh,
No, not
it's
currently.
just in case. I see.
But when we start traveling,
You have the option.
I may or may not change clothes to have less people recognize me until we get closer to where we need to go. Because it is, I'm pretty sure my appearance is well known as of what I was for Freddy. So I may need a change of clothes for a little while.
So you identified the pearl. I assume you're keeping it?
Yeah,
Okay.
at least for now.
You said you wanted to get some...
Vivra doesn't know we have it, and she can turn into a dog.
It's true.
I don't think her beast shapes have the same issues.
Okay. Yeah. So anyways, back to Rito, who's just packing up.
I guess I walked away. Vivra's just there like, yep.
Just
She'll
kind of...
put her hood up and so that she can put her umbrella away so she can still, have two hands and kind of see.
Yeah. So he just kind of nods at you and continues to pack up and check the sails and such. And he says we should be ready to go in probably 10-15 minutes or so. Just double checking everything to make sure it works fine, and then we can go.
Okay. I'll go get everyone then.
So good. I'll be waiting.
And that's what she does. She goes to the house first because that's probably where people are. Who is still in the house after the preparations or whatever are done?
Akari.
And Velkorin
Is-
has been there.
As soon as it was identified, I would have gone back to go
Okay. So
help the guy.
Toto and Akari would have been in there at least.
Okay. Where's Perla?
Not in the house.
That Vivra sighs and looks to Akari and Toto and says, about 10 minutes we're gonna be leaving.
Akari gives a thumbs up in understanding.
Do either of you know where Perla went?
I can't understand her, so no.
Cool.
She talked my ear off and then it just disappeared.
Did you understand it?
No.
Oh.
What a strange woman. I tried to get her to write something. She would not.
Yeah.
Maybe she
In
can't
fact, she made a face when I put a piece of paper and a pen in front of her.
I don't think she's the type to really do what other people ask.
She's allergic to stationery.
Weren't you best friends with her? Y'all were talking a lot in what I assume is Twili?
Yes, we were talking. But that doesn't make me her friend.
Ooh, look at me. I can speak Twili.
Can you
She
not
is
say
Twili.
something mean to me for once?
Impossible.
Vivra turns and leaves.
Bye-bye.
Alright, yeah, so I guess in a couple minutes you guys wait around and the yeah, just everybody gathers up over by Grude. I guess Akari, since Velkorin is AFK currently. Akari, you can roll a perception check for me.
Okay. You know what? This is a sign with everything already.
Oh, no.
It's a 9 total, which is a nat 1.
Oh.
So
Oh.
All right. Well, I guess yeah.
she rolls
We'll see.
over.
Give me a second to see if you notice anything.
Wait, who knows something?
I'm having somebody do a thing.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you didn't notice. I figured you weren't going to.
I mean, yeah, it's a nat 1. I'm not surprised at this point.
Yeah, I'll have Velkorin do it as well when he gets back. But until then, I guess, yeah, you guys are just packing up, getting ready to leave. You do see a couple of the Rito are just not Rito, that's the old name. Katori are watching you guys, and just because it's, again, these guys probably, the ones that are here in the village probably haven't ever seen anybody else, so they're still very confused by you guys, because at this point it's a new generation that hasn't probably seen anyone outside of other Rito, so they're keeping an eye on you for the most part. Alright, Velkorin's back. So Velkorin, you need to roll perception for me.
Perception. Oh, I have a +8. That's 21.
Sure, I have a +8 and got a nat 1.
That-
Oh no!
That unfortunately doesn't get to what I needed. So yeah.
And I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Sure.
Oh, wait, you using the 28 to reach it?
No, I had a 21.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
21.
okay.
Oh,
wait, yeah,
yeah.
that'd have been a nat 20, yeah, if it was 20.
Yeah, damn. What was it? +8? Does a 23 make it by chance?
You just missed a 23 too. All right.
Oh.
What a waste of an inspiration.
Feels bad.
It was an attempt.
It was
The attempt was
exactly.
there.
You
for
needed
sure.
to beat 24.
Oh,
Oh.
Damn.
So yeah, the four of you guys are ready to go, but Perla is nowhere to be seen.
that's okay.
Fair.
At this point, we
No,
have
it's
more
not.
important things than getting Perla back to their fiance that they clearly do not like.
Yeah, I
Don't
think
miss
Vivra
me too
kind
much,
of.
Ali.
I think Vivra kind of glances around and goes, "I think we can go."
It's like, well, it's like,
Yeah,
like you gotta think about it this way. Like, there has been no
he's not
sign
your
that,
ally, so yeah.
yeah, and Perla
No,
clearly
yeah.
does not like, their fiance, nor show that they want to go back to him. So it's like, why force them?
Akari shakes her head, only for a reason saying, gotta at least make sure the chief is okay with it first.
It's already had a slip of the tongue, and they know.
What?
Because in last session you
Slip-a-
said 4 people instead of 3, when in the entire time Perla was hiding in a shadow.
Oh, yeah, Akari ain't dishonest. That wasn't a slip of the tongue.
Oh, okay. Then it was honesty, but confusion because he only saw 3 of you when you came in.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Who's gonna tell him?
At which point he does walk up to you guys
Well,
because he
Who can
sees
speak to,
sees you
can
guys waiting.
understand Perla should probably talk to her than talk to her than him.
We can't find Perla. That's the whole point.
Find her.
No.
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 That's what Vivra says. No.
You're what's so gung ho on finding her.
If you bring somebody with you, you gotta take responsibility.
What?
What do you mean brought them with us. What?
Like I said, as far as I can tell from y'all talking, y'all friends.
No. I don't become friends with people in a day, and you three should, at this point, know that.
Was anybody's
This is true, we're
passive
not
higher
friends
than a
yet.
24? I don't think so.
Passive higher than a 24?
Yeah.
Jeez. No, 23.
That's what I thought.
Wild.
I think yours was the highest with 23. Okay. Just making sure. Anyways. Okay. Yeah. So the chief there is was waiting for, or walked up afterwards and just kind of sees you all waiting, and then he says, "Well, looks like you guys are all ready. I was told there was 4 of you."
There's 4 of us.
I mean, or sorry, 5 of you.
I was waiting for that.
Math.
I was like, there is 4. I don't know what you're on about.
I mean, if she
guess
wants,
I'll actually
if
go and
your
look
other
for her.
person wants to stay, I guess I don't mind. But obviously, if she's staying, she's staying. Or they, I don't know. He doesn't know who it is yet. He hasn't seen them.
I guess they really can't. If they try to walk through the desert, they're gonna die. So
I mean,
As far as you know, they could teleport.
or they could just
Yeah.
wait for the next sand boat.
I think they'll be fine. I think they're more secretive. But I think they'll think they're fine. They're fine.
I'm
This is
gonna-
me not-
I'm
me
gonna
not
say
Velkorin trying
make
to
a
decide what to do.
persuasion check.
The boat's there, right?
Yeah, the
Like
boat
the boat
for
they're gonna use and stuff.
Gravity, yes.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Akari-
I'll go
Akari-
do a sweep of the city and look for him.
Akari rubs her temples.
I will-
It just flops onto the boat, face down.
I will just say above table, if you guys are stuck on this because I'm a PC, don't worry about it. Like, if it's not in your character to try to find her or wait for her, go. Like,
That's what
Vivra's
I
not
like.
going to. Vivra was saying,
Yeah.
why don't we just go?
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
everyone
Let
else
you
is
know,
like,
because
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
some of you guys might be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, but it's a player character. We shouldn't leave her behind." No, do whatever's
Well-
in character. Go ahead.
Oh,
Well,
I'll tell you now.
personally,
Everything's definitely in
I
character.
Velkorin may not like her, but he's gonna look for her, and that's a natural 19, so that's a
oh, nice.
27.
Where are you looking?
Just anywhere that this little gremlin might hide.
Does the spell dispel magic and I just point towards the boat? Could I potentially catch her in it?
She's just in a boat, like hiding underneath the
I am the
floorboard.
boat.
Yes.
Well, I'm asking because if she's using invisibility and sitting on the boat.
She's not using magic.
Hmm. I mean, I didn't even use it yet, but all right.
Oh, I'm gonna assume that you used it, but yeah, they aren't
Fine,
using
I'll
magic.
cast it. I'll
They aren't
use the
using-
spell slot.
They aren't using magic to hide their appearance.
Okay.
Guess you said in general looking around, so after a few minutes of looking around, Velkorin, you don't really see her anywhere. Even with your natural 19. You're generally looking, not looking specifically.
Yeah, I just was gonna go look through the town and see if she popped up anywhere.
As far as your sweep, you couldn't find her.
Well, it's the town's problem now.
Gave a try. That's good enough.
I'm gonna walk back to the group. She's eaten by a sandworm. Let's go.
Again.
Again.
Yeah, she's going to another void somewhere. We're good to go. If she wants to be found, she'll be found.
Rito just kind of nods and accepts what I mean. He's the only one who's actually been to the other side, so he kind of understands that some people, you guys are a little eccentric to him, but he's like, yeah, whatever. People are people. Gravide just looks at them and says, well, if you find a way back here, you're welcome to come here, but for the most part, yes, I just ask again, please keep this place a secret. That's the biggest thing I can ask you if you're going here. I trust you based on the person that you had, or the person you trust, I guess I should say, that you won't reveal our area, so. And he just kind of looks at each one of you, and you see that he just kind of stalls for a little bit, and he's like, well, you are crossing a dangerous zone, so just keep in mind, be careful, but as the way of the Garo, we have a way of goodbyes are always more important than greetings for us. And you can see that he does a similar gesture that everybody except for Vivra would recognize. He crosses the two fingers, well, feathers for him, in an X across his mouth, and then he closes his eye and does a deep bow in front of you guys. And then after he stands back up, and again, he's like, I know you wouldn't understand what this means, but essentially it's our way of saying goodbye, and just to make sure you don't say your final words, and that you live a long life. Be safe.
I will do the same thing. And then get
Picture
on the boat.
Velkorin doing finger guns when he says that.
Hey. But yeah, so that's his thing, and she just kind of does the same gesture to Gruide as well, and he returns the gesture back to him, and he just says, all right, well, we're ready to go. Whenever you guys are good to go, we can head out. Keep in mind, again, this will probably take about a day's worth of travel, so it'll be a long thing. Excuse me.
Let's
Okay.
get going then.
Alrighty. Gift here.
I have something I want to do while we're traveling. I would like to clean out all my pockets from the sand,
Oh boy, that's a lot of
Oh.
pockets.
which will eventually lead to me finding something, but also will also lead to me taking out my own notebook to remind myself that Vivra has a notebook.
If has a note.
What timing? What timing? You learn about the notebook and the next day it's like, what?
It's important?
Note to self.
Foreshadowing.
Vivra has notes also.
I
So
wanna
much
take
stuff
out-
has happened this campaign that has been like that. Just the perfect timing kind of
When I take out my little notebook, I'm going to look over at Vivra and be like, and just say, Vivra, can I see your notes?
Why?
I
Mine.
have an assumption.
An assumption. Okay. Are you looking for something in particular, or are you just gonna snoop?
I'm looking for something in particular. A person.
Oh, is it she uses quote fingers, the Wythr or whatever?
Yes. If you want to open your book and try to find that name.
Sure.
It's not spelt with her.
No, okay. And it's not spelled like a frail withering away kind of thing, I'm assuming.
No. It's
No.
spelled annoyingly.
Thank goodness. It's spelled an annoying way? Great.
Yes.
Is that better or worse than just being spelled like wither?
It's a way you will always remember it once you see it.
Well, if you're being serious, then clearly I won't, because I don't.
Okay.
So she'll pull out the notebook and she'll start flipping through it. No. Nope. Oh, there's a blank page here. That's weird.
What
nope.
the fuck? How? What the hell?
No, there's. You know, some of these pages are a little odd, but I probably was tired. And if you're looking over her shoulder or looking at the notebook, you'll notice there are gaps in certain parts that might have mentioned someone, but clearly do not anymore.
What
They
kind
appear
of
to be
voodoo
clean,
magic is
blank
this?
pages.
Man, I wonder what happens when you correct a timeline.
Zom and I talked about this. Like, I asked so many questions. I'm like, okay, what about this? And this one? This one.
So the difference here isn't that she forgot. It's that she's corrected and we're the abnormalities.
Yes. Anybody who
That makes
remembers
significantly
Wythr
more
is technically a paradox right now.
Interesting. We're about to get murdered by 1,000,000 Spider-Men.
Oh no.
I'm gonna take a quick short break real quick because I have to go to the bathroom. But yeah, I'm gonna take
It was
a
an
real
ad
quick
break,
break.
so it's good timing.
Good timing. So yeah, we'll be right back. Bleep blarp. Alright, we are back. Alright, so like I said before, the Katori, not Garrido, that's the old name. Katori, eventually I'll remember. They said their goodbyes to each other and are just waiting for you guys to get ready. You all said that you were ready to go pretty much, so you get on to the sand boat thing, whatever. And he just kind of looks back at all of you and says, alright, time to go. Last chances. And that he opens his massive wings and starts to flap away essentially at the sail, creating a massive gust, and almost instantly it's just poof, you guys get pushed off, and now it's going and keeps going and going after a few while, and eventually you notice that the sands kind of shift from normal looking sand to almost liquid looking quicksand-ish, and you can see that at this point he's like, okay, at this point if you fall out you're kind of screwed, so stay on the boat. He's just continues to flap away, pushing the boat along. But yeah, I guess you guys have a day's worth of waiting around to do whatever you want to do. I will interrupt every once in a while, but for the most part, what do you guys want to do while they are traveling?
Akari is laying down on the raft, just looking up most of the time.
I do believe Vivra and Velkorin's conversation was.
Oh, right, you guys were talking, so backtrack.
It was, yeah, no, that was on the ship. Like,
oh, okay.
Once it's already going, that's what I was gonna say. Is I'm like making sure we have the right chronological order. Is that we get ready to go, then we leave. Akari plops down, just laying, chilling. And at some point during the day was when I believe Velkorin wanted to speak to Vivra about the notebook and stuff, and so that was happening.
Got it. We'll do that.
A little ways in. Yeah. I'm sorry if I interrupted you, Akari.
Nope, you're fine.
Too.
Oh no, I already said what she was doing.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you had more to say. Okay, cool, good. So I don't know if Velkorin had more to say about that, or if we wanted to see what Toto's doing during that time, or what's going on there.
I have nothing else to say because whatever that shit is, he's trying to wrap his brain around it.
Essentially, you guys were comparing notes, and obviously Vivra's notes were much different because there were random missing portions, blank spots, gaps, such. So obviously different than Velkorin's. Whether or not I know if Velkorin showed his journal to Vivra and vice versa, I don't know. That's up to you guys, but yeah, I can't compare the notes he doesn't have.
That's up
true.
to Velkorin. Yeah, it's kind of hard to compare notes that.
That's true. All right.
But yeah, if they're done talking about that, Vivra's gonna try to, at the very least, short rest because I used a spell and my transformations. So if she's able to rest, then I'll go ahead and do that. If not, I'm okay with it not being a thing either.
No, you'd be able to. Just, as long as you're not hanging off the edge of the boat where a bump might knock you into the Sandsea.
Just leaning over the edge. Whoa, look at all this sand, guys.
Just dipping my toe in the Sandsea.
My toe's gone.
No.
The wind, the spray of sand in your eyes.
Oh, worst.
What a nightmare. Oh man, that's a funny image though.
Jeez. Here I have the nighttime scenery set too, so I can shift to that when I need.
I do have something I would like to do.
Okay.
I would like to start adjusting my clothes.
Okay.
To be more inconspicuous while we travel. I'm going to take my mask off and just start adjusting stuff so it looks like a normal person if I don't have a mask on. Which I'm sure to Vivra seems extremely weird how I'm not sweating and I'm doing totally fine. And if I catch Vivra staring at me, I'm just gonna do the thing that Toph does, where where she shakes her hand, she does the John Cena. But I'm gonna do that slowly, and I'm gonna disguise myself into what I usually look like when I have my human disguise on, with the tanner skinned gentleman in the Scarface. So that way, this is what I'm gonna be looking at while we're traveling through towns.
Okay.
As a heads up.
How long does that last?
It's only an hour, so we're traveling right now.
Yeah. Okay. You're just thinking.
But it's more of, hey, this is what I'm gonna look at. It lasts longer the higher spell slot I use. But
okay.
But this is while we're traveling in towns. This is mostly what I'm gonna be looking like. That way, it doesn't draw attention.
Okay. I had been wondering if you wear a mask everywhere, and people start learning your name and associating you with the mask, doesn't the mask stop working as a disguise?
But they don't know what I am underneath. They may know the mask, but they don't know what's afterwards. This allows me to travel however I want. But Twili get a lot of attention, so I changed myself to this.
So, should I just stay away from you if I'm gonna draw too much attention?
I believe it's fine. This just allows me to branch off and do stuff without gathering attention myself.
Fair enough. She's just kind of tapping a foot a little bit. Not much else for her to say to that, really. But she does try to stop staring. So
I mean, after like a couple minutes, he removes it because there's no reason to keep it up, and he's just gonna sit without his mask off because he doesn't really get to do this.
Oh, majestic hair blowing in the wind.
More like it's trying to have your hair down when you're driving in a car.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I hate it. That's I need a haircut when I have to have a fucking ponytail when I'm driving.
Yep. I have just recently learned about this. It's annoying as fuck. But yeah. Yeah, so for the most part, Kar, you said you are just kind of relaxing because your everything hurts.
Yeah, if you call it
Velkorin. Yep. Velkorin is attempting to make an outfit for himself to disguise himself a bit better. Vivra, you are just kind of resting and watching the sands, I suppose. Or whatever.
She's got her hood up to keep the sun out of her eyes for the most part because she's not gonna open her umbrella with the winds going on. That's ridiculous.
Oh my god.
When she gets pulled into the sand.
Eject!
Eject! Oh no! No. Well, at least we know Vivra has an ejection
this is
button.
my escape! No,
Oh, God.
it is safely secured, put away. She's trying to rest.
Right.
An attempt is being made, even with distractions.
Right. And what about Toto? What are you doing while the traveling is going on?
Oh man, I was this close to beating my score on Fruit Ninja.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
Alright. You're
Fruit Shiekah has been invented.
messing around with your Shiekah slate. Got it. Okay. Yes, Perla, what are you doing?
You don't need to know.
I think the DM does.
I do know.
The DM knows what I'm doing.
I do know. I was just being
They
a
don't
smart
need to
ass.
know.
I know what you're doing. I was being a smart ass. Alright. After a couple of hours have passed, for the most part, you guys don't really know. Nothing new is happening. It's just sand everywhere. It's almost like it's more confusing on like, oh, how do you know where you're going? It's just all sand. It's like literally in the middle of the ocean, but sand. So, but weird bird fact: birds always know where they are, usually, or whatever. So he seems to know the direction that they need to go. And after a couple more hours pass, you do see that he kind of slows down his effort right now. So just because it's at the point of where, obviously, if you're sprinting constantly, it would wear you out. So you see that he's slowed down to a pace so it's not quite as windy and loud and such. Which I also got to turn the wind on. Been surprisingly not windy for all of a sudden, but now it is. For the most part, and then after a while, when he's kind of more into the relaxed pace, he does kind of look at, I guess, whoever's closest to him, and just kind of looks at you guys and asks, I guess, who probably would be closest to the center of the boat.
They'll lean against something
To the
to
center.
rest.
Oh?
Is that closest to the center?
Yeah.
Akari be laying near the center. She ain't trying to fall off the boat.
Fair. Okay, we'll say Akari, since Akari is probably... He's like... He just looks down at you, since he obviously also noticed the mask, and he said, So who was the person that had the mask before you?
She was a valued ally named Wythr.
Here's Twitch.
Just like Withers used to.
Oh no! That wasn't even on purpose. That was
Unintentional.
just like, this is the person I supposedly don't know. I am immediately interested.
It was Wythr, huh?
Yeah.
What did you know about her? If you don't mind sharing.
I think I shouldn't, because their motto is leave no corpse behind. So it'd probably be respectful not to tell her story without permission.
Fair enough. I just figured you would know a bit about her, seeing as she gave you the mask, which means she's passing her legacy on to you.
You learned a lot about her as a person, but not the culture until recently. Reading those books were very informative.
Yeah, it is very interesting on our side. I mean, I'm the only one who really travels back and forth, so I still know some of the mainland culture, so it's definitely interesting to see our side of things compared to out there now, but either way. Keep that mask safe, it means something.
It means something in the tradition, also means something to me too.
You should think about something to add to the mask. Since now this is also, it's not just their legacy, it's your legacy now too.
It'll be a sticker of a freaking dog.
Corgi in the corner.
Like it's one of those like joke stickers you put on something, but it never comes off. Like when a kid puts a sticker on a window in the car, just always there.
She nods and thinks on it, and summons her familiar as a black cat and just lets it lay on her chest.
Hope you caught the cat before it was in the air.
Yeah, she's holding it.
Woo!
She catches it, hold it before that, of course.
Yeah, I know. Cat appears.
Self-comfort.
It's gone. No. Alright. Yeah, he kind of acknowledges that you don't really want to talk about it, so he kind of just goes back to focusing on the trail. He does speak outright, and he says, just as a fair warning, a massive serpent might show up. It might not. We'll see what happens, but above everything, do not use magic on it.
Sandworm?
It's a lot bigger than a sandworm.
What did she call it? What is that?
I'm at a DC.
Oh, that's his joining sound effect.
I was
like,
Hey, we
what?
found Perla. She was drowning in the sand underneath the boat.
But Viver's like, Ouroboros something.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
It's like, Perla said the name once. I'm trying to remember.
I don't think there was a name for it. It's the World Serpent.
They said in the stream, Ouroboros something or other, and I don't want to scroll through my 30 pages of notes to find it.
But yeah, essentially it was a giant Ouroboros-like serpent. Massive gargantuan world serpent. There wasn't, I don't think that we have come up with a specific name for it.
I'm gonna find it.
Oh, you can find it. See if correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember.
It's literally Ouroboros sandworm. Vivra's heard legends, but assumed they weren't real.
Whether or not that was the official name or not is up to how much you trust Perla.
Yep.
I
But
don't.
that's what she described it as.
But Vivra's like, if I mention this and it's wrong, he'll tell me. But yeah, it was just Ouroboros sandworm is what was said.
Okay.
It's
It's not so much a sandworm as the sand serpent. But yeah, it's pretty docile against people, but if you try to attack it with magic, it most likely will eat you. And nobody's come back that's been eaten before, so keep that in mind if you want to get there in one piece, if it shows up. Huh. Interesting.
Yep. Vivra
Anyway.
literally just, alright. No one, huh? Not a single person?
No. Nobody on our side, at least, has shown up. As far as we know, you die when you get eaten by a giant worm thing. Serpent, not worm.
Well, I don't know how true this is, but I heard a story from someone we were with for a short while that you end up in the place we escaped from to get to you guys.
He just kind of has the eyebrow raise when you say that, and he... Huh. Oh, so that would make sense and why nobody ever got back. That's the... No, you half attempt distracted him now, so now he's thinking and not thinking about driving as much. Oh, wait, shit, I'm doing something right now.
Whoa!
Okay.
It really grabs.
Picks the pace
if there's
back
a
up
railing
again
or
and
something.
Gets back to his normal pace, and... No. But you can see that he's kind of half distracted, but at least is focusing on driving. But he's like, oh, that would change a lot of things if that serpent somehow transfers people. That's how the original
Let's take it
people
with a grain of salt or sand, I guess, in your terms. But but if that is true, that's what I was told. You know,
Mhm.
It's certainly a story.
Anyway, you go back to his thing. Yeah, a few more hours pass at this point. At this point, I would be starting to get into dust. Did I set up dust? I did. Look at that. I did. Sun is starting to set, and somebody roll a d20 for me and just tell me the number.
Yeah. 9.
9. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, after a while, all of a sudden, like, it's been a couple hours at this point now, so, like, you know what it's like traveling for long trips after a few hours, just kind of trying to stay distracted and do things, but after a while, you guys do start to feel a rumbling,
Oh no.
and a lot of odd noise, and he's like, yep, speak of it, and then it'll show up. Here we go.
Guys, never let me roll again.
And just the rumbling again as you see off in the distance this gargantuan, massive serpent just kind of dives out of the sand and just hovers a bit in the air before diving back into the sand. I mean, you don't know, because of the sheer size of this thing, you don't actually really know how far away it is. Just know that it's massive. And you can see that it's somewhat getting closer to you guys, and he's like, and then Gruide just kind of stops for a bit. And is like, well, if it comes over here, I might as well take advantage of that. So we're gonna give it a minute, and you can see that he's slows down a bit.
You want it to come to us? Shouldn't we be getting out of here?
No, it's a bit of a two-way street for us. As long as you don't attack it with magic, it's fine. But that's also another thing that we use off of it, just to describe the massive, almost dragon-like serpent. As it comes back up again, you can see a bunch of like pearlescent-looking, not like horn-like material that are growing on the serpent outside of it, and he's like, that's probably, if you can see it glints in the sun almost, and he's like, it's rumored that this serpent just kind of basks in the moonlight every once in a while, and it sheds some, whatever that material is on its back and sides and everything. When it sheds that, it kind of is what the materials that we use for moon pearls, so that's our main thing that we can sell to get, or I guess we trade it, not sell is the word I should use. We trade that to get the supplies that we do need in order to bring back when I come in, so anytime I see it, I try to see if I can get anything off of it, which at that point you do see he picks up his bow in his feet instead of his hands, and he leaps off into the air, and you can see that his wings, at first he's flying up into the, that's the way, I should use the right worm. Worm as in YRM, not worm, is what it looks like. But he flies up into the air and pulls back one of his arrows a bit, and as the massive serpent flies into the air again, you can see that he releases a few arrows and they bounce off the serpent. Like, didn't affect it at all, but you do see some of the rocks break off a bit, and he swings underneath and grabs something in the air as he comes back, and he plops back down in front of you guys and just says, yep, this is exactly what I was looking for. And then he's got this just massive rock in his hand that doesn't look like much at first, and then he rummages into one of the barrels or whatever and pulls out essentially a pickaxe or whatever, and he breaks it away a bit, and then you can see it's almost identical to the same pearl that Velkorin had. He's like, and he looks at you guys and just says, oh, I know Gavide kind of trusted you guys to keep this place secret, and while I admire him for having empty trust, he hands I guess whoever wants to acknowledge him, he hands the pearl over to whoever.
Watching him for sure.
Okay, we'll say it was Vivra then. He hands the pearl over to Vivra and just says that this is kind of a payment in order you guys to keep this place secret. These are very valuable. So.
Oh, we're being bribed.
If you want to say that, yes, I am bribing you. Please keep this place secret. That's our intent. And he hands the pearl to Vivra.
She looks at it in her hand. She wasn't there when Akari identified it, or Velkorin showed it, I don't think, so.
You would notice that almost as soon as you hold it in your hand, the annoying feeling of the sun that just kind of burns your skin goes away.
Whoa.
I know your people specifically really value these pearls. That's why I've been able to talk my way into getting past the people on the mainland. But just like I said, this is more of a gift to you guys in order to keep our secret.
She looks to the others and the pearl, and then she it's almost like she's like, I'm gonna keep this, okay? But she doesn't say that out loud. She's just slowly putting it away on her person.
I see this, right?
Yep.
I would focus on that rock for 30 minutes.
Me?
Yes, you.
Is that Velkorin saying it?
Yes, that's Velkorin saying
Okay.
it to you. As I am just staring at you, like trying to hide what you just took.
It is an attunement, but yeah, I'll give it to you. Like here. Let it's in your inventory.
You have to attune for it to work.
Correct.
Okay.
Perfect.
I don't have any more attunement slots.
That sucks.
Yeah, if you want attunement, you better do it.
If
Alright,
I
you're
attune
attuned
to it,
this
I
shield.
can unattune to. How do you unattune?
You just say you don't want it anymore.
Now, when you scroll down to your inventory, you'll see the attunement slots that are checked right now.
Yeah.
You'll probably have to refresh your page since I gave you the item.
I did.
But anyway, as you see the off in the distance, the actually I forgot I have sound effects. Where'd it go? The massive serpent just, you can hear it, its booming voice just kind of echo as it dives back into the sand, and you guys don't feel the. Oh, that's the wrong one. Ignore that one. There's the one I went for. But yeah, it just drives back into the sand as the moon is starting to show and the night finally comes in. So yeah, now it is the night. You do see that Grude has definitely slowed down a lot now, because at this point it's been probably about 12 hours since you guys have started, so he's taking it easy for the last few hours of the trip. But he intends to keep going until you guys get there, and then he'll rest again as he gets closer. So, what are you guys doing in the evening?
Akari's sleeping with her familiar.
I would like to go over to Velkorin and pull out the bonded blade and the moon pearl. I'm going to place the bonded blade down between us next to him and say, if I have to choose, I think I'd rather take this, as she holds up the moon pearl, because I don't think that the blade was meant for me.
This is the blade that you had to win the event for, right?
Yes.
I can't use it.
Maybe you can attune to it this time, if I release it.
I don't think that's how.
I don't know. She doesn't. I mean, Vivra knows that, like, you put it in, pull it out, or whatever. And if she's going to switch out an item, this is the one that she wants to give up. And if she's going to give it to anyone, she wants to give it to Velkorin.
Alright, what does this thing do again?
It was a +2 blade that changes into any weapon that you are proficient with. But it requires attunement. It should be attuned to somebody who pulled it.
Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna work. Because it has to be pulled out of the tree, right?
Out of the pedestal.
The tree
Was
specifically,
implied.
or...
It was implied. I mean, who knows? You can try.
Vivra's like, I can try stabbing it into the boat, though he might not be happy about
Yeah.
it.
Please don't. You just hear in the background.
Just dab it into the boat like that's in the floorboards. Floorboards are kind of like a stump.
You know what happens when you stab a boat in the ocean? Same thing will happen to the sand, only faster. Please don't. You can't really shovel sand out as easily as water.
Well,
I guess I will try to attune to this thing.
Right. So whenever you are unattuning to it,
attempting to, yes.
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Right, knocks you the fuck out. You start bleeding
The
from your
DC is 24.
nose.
I got an 8.
Got an 8.
Good luck.
You feel the blade as soon as
I
you
ain't attuned to this.
let it go.
Oh.
This effect is different for reasons.
Oh,
As soon as you let go of the blade, you feel, well, just in your head first, you hear you are not worthy. As you feel your life force just pull into the blade, and you take 3 points of exhaustion immediately.
Oh my
Holy
gosh.
shit. I'm gonna pick up the blade and put it in my pocket, and nobody gets to touch this thing, because immediately you would see that change,
Wow.
right?
Which, yeah, I mean, Vivra, you
Oh,
anybody
yeah,
watching
she
her,
probably like heals over a little
just
bit.
yeah,
It's
and
like clutches her heart.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide this. Nobody should play with this.
You lucky Akari's asleep.
I want to play with it.
you do not want to play with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this in one of my many pockets.
So yeah, that happened.
That's a no bueno.
Oh, yeah, Vivra, you're just a little lethargic right now, I think.
Yep. She like kind of for a second she almost slumps over, but she stays awake and straightens up quick as she can, really.
Yeah, you are disadvantage on all ability checks. Your sleep is halved. Your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on attack and saving rolls.
Yep.
Your sleep is you have now suffered from insomnia.
That was a joke.
That's bad.
That would be
Have
so bad
exhaustion.
though, because I need
All
3
your
days of
all your
good
exhaustions
rest.
now take double the amount of time to remove.
Oh no! Don't give that suggestion away.
Homebrew rule.
I will say you asked for this, so
You're not wrong. Vivra says, "I had a feeling."
Yeah, we're not touching this, because I already know it like almost killed me attuning to it the first time, and then it almost killed you when you let go of it. So we're okay without this. No,
Hand
thank
it over.
oh god.
you are asleep.
I know.
You
The familiar's my ears, though.
just like talking in your sleep. Hand it over.
Gee,
Yeah.
what's she tweeting about?
I'm gonna stick it in a random area in one of my jackets or something, because if Toto said they want it, I'm gonna make sure they don't know where it is.
Rude.
Okay. Well.
Right. What are you guys doing for the rest of the night?
I'm fine. I can stay up all night. It's great.
I got a question. Okay. It's a plus.
What?
So in Velkorin's mind, this not only almost killed him, it almost killed Vivra when attuning, and then almost killed
didn't.
Vivra again, correct?
It didn't kill you guys, but it sapped
was
your vitality.
It was, yeah, so it was killing us.
Kind of.
I'm gonna dimension door and throw it through the dimension door.
Oh.
Don't worry about
Gosh.
it. It's gone. We're
Oh
we're
no.
not discussing this ever
I
again.
will
It's gone.
say, as you go to grab the sword, it's gone.
It's
after you
no
put it in
longer
your
on my person.
After you put it in your pocket, and you went to go grab it to throw it into the portal, it was gone.
Okay.
Goodbye,
Then yeah.
Bumblebee.
Then I wouldn't have to use a dimension door, because I would have held it before I threw it.
Yep.
To be like, this is not worth having, and then It's
Well-
my little trash can. As long as I don't have to see, as long as it's 500 feet away from me, it's not my own trash. I'm not littering.
It
I'm not
funks
littering
into
if
a
I
guy's
don't see
head.
it.
Yeah. It's
You're
the person
littering.
over there that's littering.
The portal did it, not me.
All right.
I think
all
Vivra
right,
might
I
need
s-
to sleep.
All right. So you guys are sleeping or attempt to sleep, I assume.
Yes.
Everybody is gonna sleep, I assume, unless anybody says otherwise. We'll keep going. Nobody said anything, so yes, you're sleeping.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys
Do I get a long
attempt
rest?
to get to sleep. You can get a long rest, but I need you to make another Constitution saving throw when you wake up.
I love it.
The DC is 18 this time.
Oh, that's exactly what I got. Look at that.
Exactly 18.
Yes, I rolled a 15 and it's +3, so I wouldn't
3.
have gotten the 24 regardless.
Definitely not. So you feel the initial pull gone away, but like the initial drain of your life force and it's just kind of that pain as it happened that recede. So you are still at 3 exhaustion levels, but
Oh.
the bad part of it is gone now.
Oh my gosh, so if I hadn't oh, that could have been so much worse.
It wouldn't have done more. It just would have.
Oh.
You're gonna maintain your exhaustion until you beat the DC. So since you beat
Oh.
it now, from now you can heal your exhaustion. Since you got lucky on the second roll.
Got very lucky.
All right. So everybody else is asleep or waking up as the sun starts to come up. At this point, you can definitely notice that Grude looks pretty tired and pretty worn out, but he's like, "Yep, should be there soon." Which, almost as soon as he mentions soon, you can start to see off in the distance this massive black cloud that seems to be surrounding a massive part of land further off in the distance. And as you're... Oh, right. Akari, do your thing. Tell me what you got. I saw it pop up. Fucking 9. You missed it by 1. Alright. You're still a little stiff today, Akari. We'll say just
Dang.
your strength rolls instead of both this time. So you're close. Oh, me too bad.
We're all cursed.
You're old. I'm outing you. Okay, but yeah. As you're starting to get close, he does come to almost a stop, which kind of keeps it moving, and at this point, he turns around to you guys and he says, now things have changed since I have come here more often. Most of this area has been taken over by people that are similar to you two, as he points to Vivra and Velkorin. You two should be fine if you go into town, but the other two likely won't be accepted, so if you want to get through the town, you probably need to be quiet about it. For the most part, be careful. And just to give you the warning, then again, he reiterates a 4th time or 5th time,
What do you
however many
mean by
times I've
that?
warned you guys. Please keep our
What do you
area
mean by
a
that? I
secret.
want to investigate or insight that.
Or what?
Okay,
Insight.
what do you mean? Jakari questions him.
What I mean?
Yeah, she questions him on what does he mean by that with that talent statement.
Most of the western area near the Sandsea was either taken over or there was agreement. I haven't really stayed long enough to figure out what happens. For the most part, I get materials and I leave, but over about half a year ago, it was normal, and now there's this massive black cloud over a good chunk of the western side. But that's all I'll say, is just be careful. Like I said, the two that I pointed out, you two probably will be fine. They shouldn't question you, but the other two of you aren't the same people as them, so they might not be as accepting. Just be careful.
So the same people. So what?
He's implying
Twili
the Twili are fine.
They're
Yeah.
not-
Yeah, that's what she's saying. Like, so
Yeah.
you mean like them?
Vivra says, yes,
Their
you're
height
not Twili.
He doesn't know what Twili are. That's why he'd say this way.
Yeah.
Just be cautious, or come up with an excuse to have people traveling with you. But this is just my last warning before we get into it. Because once we get there, you're on your own. He continues off, and about another half hour later, you finally notice that the sands have somewhat solidified again, and he stops and is breathing pretty heavily. He stretches his arms, or his wings, I guess, a lot. Well, here you are. Again, just keep in mind, once you get closer to that town, be careful.
When Akari gets up, does a little bow as thanks, and mentions, "If I could fly, I would have helped more."
It'd be interesting to see a person like you fly.
Probably could have helped. I was too busy doing my own thing.
Yeah, you could have turned into like an ant and at least lowered the weight.
No, I have gust.
Too.
And well, I mean, once she got exhaustion 3, there was no helping.
Yeah.
There was
No, I know.
she like practically like just fell asleep instantly next to Velkorin. But yeah, well, they're there, so she kind of.
You guys have arrived back on the mainland. Like I said, the Guru Day is just kind of stretching at this point out here. You guys are free to walk in, but yeah, the massive overarching area, it's where you are standing currently is normal, but you can see just the massive dark cloud that is covering pretty much most of the land you can see in the distance, which it's not
Can I-
really avoidable to go around.
Can you do any perception or anything on that cloud?
You can try, but it's gonna be a very high. You try to glean
Okay.
anything from it.
What should I roll? Perception, investigation, or?
Perception. You're just looking to see what you see.
Oh my fucking god, no. No way.
Oh no.
What?
Another one?
Is that a good oh no or a bad oh no? Oh, that's a bad
That's
oh no.
another one.
Oh no.
Today is not the nicest day.
Yeah, you see a massive black cloud still.
So I guess we should get a story together.
As Gride turns away from the group and stuff, Perla quietly slips out of his shadow and kind of walks up to the group and looks around.
Huh.
Hey, you found her.
Appropriate response.
Yeah, no, that literally Vivra just sees her. It's like, I should have known.
She rolled a 24 on her stealth. I don't know what to tell you guys. I gave you 2 chances.
Yes, you were very generous with it. Hi again.
I like what they've done with the place. And she stretches a bit, fixes her hair.
Okay. Well, my statement still stands for the rest of us. We're probably gonna need to figure something out as we go there. Are you staying with us still?
God,
What's
no.
going on?
Damn.
Vivra and myself had to bite our own tongue to not say, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah.
Literally, I went, just stopped myself.
What is your guys' plan? What do you want to do? What are you thinking about doing? You know your goal, which will require you to go through this area.
We could call you to our assistance.
Is she saying that to Perla?
No, Akari and Toto. You're
okay.
a Twili. She
I was
doesn't
like,
need to
who
say
are
that
we
to you.
talking to?
No. No, she's fully ignoring Perla now. She said what she needed to, learned what she needed. As long as she isn't talked to, she's not going to talk to Perla. No, she says that towards Akari and Toto.
Says what?
We could call you to our assistance. It might make it easier to get us into the city.
I suppose for getting through.
The easiest option that I can see without trying to fully disguise you guys, which I don't even know how you would do that, is to, for lack of a better word, make you two seem less than compared to us.
Kari narrows her eyes and just mentions, you can probably stick to the assistant plan.
DM.
Yep.
Since I would be allied with these people, would I have any insight on like their chances of actually fitting in here, or like looking at them and seeing how they act? And even though I've been gone for like a year and a half, would I think that they could successfully trick them, or are they better off stealthing?
They it's one or the other. They would either be better off trying to be stealthy about it, that would require less questioning. The other option would be essentially if they were, I don't want to say as bad as slaves, but essentially that level.
That Vivra was saying that without saying that.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
was like, you have to appear subservient in some way, or else it's not going to work.
And even then, they're still gonna probably be questioned because they not like non-Twili people pretty much at all from that side.
Parla looks over, looks up and down at the two Hylians or Shiekah or whatever, she doesn't know. Looks back at Vivra and says, I don't think they're gonna put on a very convincing act for you. You might be better off stealthing. You might want to sneak around through, stay out of sight. That's my last gift to you.
Wow. Well, thank you for that insight. Sorry.
Vivra's like, I'll gift you a knuckle sandwich.
I know Akari can hide well enough. I'm not fantastic at that. Toto...
Have I seen Vivra... Or yeah, she turned into a wolf,
Yeah.
so I've seen her
Well, I
wild
can
shape
do that.
before. Can't you, like, I don't know, turn into something tiny?
Why would I need to hide?
I suppose. Are you a good actor?
I don't think they'd question me if I walked in without some Hylians.
It's your gamble.
By themselves, you would probably.
Her eyes narrow this time.
Ugh.
I'm guessing Twili don't often come from this side of town.
Technically.
Vivra says that. Oh, that's right, and this is all in Twili as well. Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah.
Does Perla respond to that?
DM, you were about to give information that I could use, probably.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why I just expected you to know.
Yeah, I mean,
Come on, Jaxie, give
I've
it
been
to me.
gone for a year and a half.
you would. I mean, Perla would know that. Essentially, this is the general area of where they've been trying to take over. It's just obviously much more to an extent than what was when Perla last was here. So it can imply that Twili would probably be fine by themselves here. But yeah, again, any non-Twili people would be questioned on why they're here, with the exception of maybe a Gerudo.
She just kind of looks towards the direction we came from and back, and I don't think it really matters what direction you're going.
Oh.
I think Alistair's still AFK. Well, since he's still gone, I'll return my focus to Toto. And I don't know if I've ever seen you actually be stealthy, Toto. Oh, well, they both need a minute.
AFK.
I punched Perla in the face because no one's talking to me.
PvP, let's go.
Let's do it. This is the end. You're a warlock and I'm
Desert
up
brawl.
close. You don't got a chance.
I thunderstep.
Ah! Oh, owie! I'm vulnerable. Ah!
I'm gonna take your moon pearl for myself and go.
Oh,
All right, so essentially what we've got is
There we
they have servitude for people that aren't Twilight. We need to either sneak around or they need to play a part for we're sneaking around.
Yeah,
The
we were talking
only,
to Perla
the only
about that.
non-Twili race that probably could get away with being in town would be Gerudo.
So
Yeah.
And,
And
I
so-
guess
we are going
Vivra
to
was saying Akari can stealth just fine. She's not good at stealthing, so as long as she walks in by herself, they won't bat an eye. But Vivra then said, "But I don't know about Toto. I've never seen them stealth really.
I can cast a spell that will help with the stealth.
If it's invisibility,
No,
I guess I have a spell too."
it's pass without a trace,
Hmm.
which should help.
I sent you a thing, Al. Or where?
False invisibility. There it is.
I'm gonna grab Akari by the scruff of their shirt.
What?
why?
Not like mean wise, just
Hut.
we need to stick together. You know by their scarf.
Yeah, it will stick together with me.
I mean, as long
Keep
as
and watch
I
at
know
a
you
different
guys.
angle.
I need you with us while we try.
I'll
this.
be with you at a different
Yes.
angle.
But I need to know where you are.
You'll know where I am. I'll give signs.
As long as they stay close enough.
Akari's throwing fucking pebbles at people. Like,
Slingshot.
all right.
You just like you would just see a cat, for example, come to communicate.
You can. Would you like pass without a trace so you get an additional?
Yeah, it's good.
sneak?
I'll have to re-roll it. So
You get an additional sneak.
okay, yes.
We just gotta wait for if that's what we're doing. We gotta wait for Toto. So just stay within. I don't know if it's 30 or 60. I think it's 30 feet of us.
60, I think.
30. You gotta stay within 30 feet of me.
That's real close.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're moving through stuff or around stuff, 30 feet's a decent distance.
Yeah.
You gotta
30
remember, I
feet.
stay 35 feet away from combat at all times. That additional 5 feet is relatively important.
Up here.
Like,
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
welcome back. We are going to be stealthing around the city to get past this place.
I don't trust my ability to stealth. I feel like if I'm trying to stealth with you guys, I will make you guys known.
Well,
expect
can't
me
you?
to stealth?
You're one person who can get around just fine, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So I
can just
will
walk
I'm made of
through.
metal. Partially
I
made of
will-
metal.
I will take these two.
Should I cast
we will stealth
invisibility
around.
on them?
You can cast invisibility on Toto, I guess. It might help if they have any disadvantages or anything. I don't know.
I wave my arm and leg around and you hear rattling noises.
Oh, that's very true. Please put invisibility on Toto.
Hang on. Wait, let me see if I know.
That doesn't help the rattling noises.
Yeah, but that's why I've got a spell to help us be a little extra sneaky.
But no.
Okay.
Pass without a trace will help that because it's a silence field.
Yeah.
Okay. It lasts for 1 hour.
So does pass, so we've got to go. We've got 1 hour to get through this.
Oh, I don't even get to look around.
After an hour, I have to do another stealth check if that case, right?
Yeah. Unless I cast it again, but I can cast it again.
While they are planning, what are you doing, Perla?
I'm
Leaving.
preparing to just leave, yeah.
See?
There.
I'm just gonna walk right in.
Getting out of there.
All right.
What are your final words to your temporary party as you leave?
Well, it was an educational little field trip. Thank you. I'm gonna go now.
She's saying words again.
I like half of you as half as well as you deserve, and the other
Yep.
half.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what she said.
All right. Are we doing this?
And so, as you see Perla starting to walk away, you actually see her stop for a
Improvise-
second. and-
Improvised weapon attack.
Jesus.
Opportunity attack.
Hold on.
Bonus
I'm
action,
100%
flip her off.
I'm sure this hits you. It's gonna be a 19.
Wait, are you actually?
Are you
Yeah.
actually attacking
Well,
me?
hold on. I need you to.
What is your improvised weapon?
This
What
one.
are
I
you
need you to
doing?
roll a dexterity check if you.
What are you doing?
Shush.
No,
What are you-
Do
don't
I
do that.
see what you're doing?
Yeah,
You're not
I would
stealth-
wait until you're
being
looking.
stealthy about it.
I'm not being stealthy at all.
I will roll if you want, but I'd like to know what is
First-
he doing?
First, I'm throwing something at you, so you're gonna have to roll to catch it.
Okay, so it's not offensive.
No, I'm
right?
not yeeting
Are you gonna
a
give
fucking
Perla,
knife.
I
of
was
all
just
people, a
checking.
candy?
I was just checking. Okay, I will roll what dex save to catch
Yeah.
it.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, that's not a good roll. That's 9.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
She looks and just watches it fall to the ground.
May I add some flavor to this, Zom?
Sure.
I'm gonna yeet a piece of candy at her, and as she catches it, it misses and just clunks her in the forehead.
you did that to Vivra twice now, by the way.
Apparently,
I've got good aim with a
Twili
forehead.
are not
Y'all
known
got-
for catching, apparently.
Y'all got big foreheads. It's easy to aim.
That's rude. My forehead is average at best.
All right. As Perla's walking away, you stop for a moment, and she kind of narrows her eyes at something off in the distance before she holds her finger up, and a beam just shoots out of her finger. And after a few minutes, you just hear a guy go, "Ah!" Which you recognize the
Cut
voice.
out. I don't know what you just said. You peeked your
Discord
mic.
cut out like it
Yeah,
was literally
it was
the
just
scream.
yelling.
It was
just
no.
yelling.
It was very far away.
It was very far
Yeah.
away, and after a minute, you just hear a person yell, "Perla!" Which Vivra would recognize as Liat's voice.
Yep.
And Velkorin.
She just kind of looks back and says, "You didn't see me," and walks away. Actually, she doesn't just walk away, she teleports away.
Once they're both out of earshot, Vivra crosses her arms and says, "You know, they're made for each other."
They really are. We made them
Social
intentionally for each other.
anxiety.
What?
Are we stealthing in now?
You guys have to let Vivra know because she's gonna wait till the last second to cast it, so we have the most amount of time.
Yeah, it's all based on when they want to go or what they want to do. Because my cast, I also gotta wait. Excuse me.
You guys have been rested fully. since you got here.
Sure. We'll say
Well,
that we have all
except
been rested
well,
together.
everybody except for someone.
She's kind of using her umbrella as a walking stick. With the blade lightning thing pointing not at the ground.
Stabs herself in the foot.
No, because you had her get electrocuted the first time she tried that.
That's true. Alright.
Okay. I assume everyone's going and following and heading towards the town now. Where'd Akari and Toto go?
They're still here? Question mark.
Hello?
Oh, I'm following you guys.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay, I just without words, I don't know what y'all are doing. I can't see your faces.
Yeah, it's like I gotta know when to cast my spell.
Oh my goodness. So many problems today. It happens.
We're
Okay.
gonna, we need to know when you guys are ready to move so we can cast invisibility and pass without a trace.
Yeah.
To get the most
Akari's
optimal
ready
time.
to stealth, so she could start scouting around while within 30 feet.
Okay. So we can just assume that we're just doing it now, like we're close enough to do.
Okay.
I hit the table. We're just doing it now then, I guess.
Yeah, and that gives a what, plus 10?
Plus 10, and then if there's
So
invisibility.
22 total
then-
plus 10 is 32.
Toto is invisible.
32
Do I roll
stealth for
stealth?
Akari.
Yeah, everybody will have to roll stealth.
Boom!
But it's stealth with advantage now, right? Because
Yes.
they're invisible.
Yes. Advantage
Plus
for
six.
Oh,
Toto
no.
because they're invisible.
Please tell me that wasn't
Oh,
your
that-
advantage roll.
No.
And then add 10.
24.
Oh, so much better.
It would have
Good.
been 19
I
with
am
the other roll.
Oh.
also
Yeah.
24.
4.
Even with the plus
real,
10?
I rolled real bad.
Oof.
Oh my gosh.
Right. And what about Akari?
Fucking
Fun
34
fact,
or some
Toto,
shit.
last-
32 total.
Oh, that's amazing.
Alright.
Fun
Here's the-
Toto fact, the last time you got passed without trace used on you, you also rolled a 19.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Alright. Well, you are pretty solid. What is your plan, Vivra?
I'm walking through town.
Okay. Alright.
My stealth is one of my worst traits. If she doesn't have to stealth, she's just gonna go.
Fair enough. Alright. You guys kind of start to
I'm
make your
doing
way.
that Kronk thing of stealthing.
Oh my.
You guys start to make your way closer into town, and as you guys are getting closer to town, you do notice that the light that the sun normally would be, because I mean this is morning technically, has all of a sudden shifted to almost like it is perpetually sunset as you guys start to get close. And I also need Ari and Toto. I need you two to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh boy.
A low DC right now, but
Oh!
16.
6.
ooh, okay, you barely made it. You both. Toto just barely made it. Akari was good.
I was typing, so I got the end of that.
Nothing happened right now. But yeah, you guys are slowly
Right
making
now.
your way across into the town. At this point, it is a Gerudo town. Now that you've gotten close enough to see what's going on, there are Twili somewhat all over the place, but not really paying attention, minding their own business. Some of the structures of the Gerudo town have been altered a little bit to look look similar to Twili structures. There's a lot of stop it. I got the hiccups apparently. There's a lot of similar architecture and essentially the tattoos that are on the Twili, the glowing tattoos. A lot of that is reminiscent on the buildings themselves. to kind of show that a Twili is in this building or whatever. Your guys' stealths were more than fine, so you're kind of making your way through it. Vivra, what is your plan while you're walking through? You are still an outsider here.
This is true. She's kind of looking around, trying not to draw too much attention to herself, but also, like, it's surreal having so many Twili around her after simply not for so long. So, while she understands that she is not from there, I feel like she feels comfortable enough, even though it is like I said, it's surreal, so it's odd. She feels like she should be more comfortable than she is, I would say. But regardless, it's like, how big is this town? It's like a pretty decently sized town.
It's a solid sized town. I mean, it's an oasis town, so it's very similar to the village of Ney that you were in, but obviously the scale is a bit bigger, much bigger.
Because if it's much bigger, then I feel like, in a sense, Vivra would feel like if it's big enough to where not everyone's gonna know everyone, then she might just be seen as, oh, well, maybe I just didn't notice her before.
There would be an outer wall surrounding the village itself, so you will have to make your guys' way through that. There isn't any guards posted at the wall, but so
thank goodness.
The sneaky ones were able to get in pretty easily. But
I mean, if no one's stopping me, I'm just acting like I'm there. Oh, I'm so nervous. Why'd you have to remind me? I read Jaxie's comment.
Good for a couple people just to see. So far, you guys are still good. As you kind of keep making your way further into the town, you guys are keeping to. I mean, none of you know where you are, obviously, but you're somewhat trying to keep to the shadows, which conveniently are pretty much everywhere. But yeah, you're taking the back alleys. You're not straying near the mainland, obviously, or the main row, I should say. Road, main lane, whatever.
Question, DM.
Yeah.
If actively listening and everything, are any of them speaking common, or are they all speaking Twili?
All speaking Twili.
Okay.
Any of them you would be near would be speaking Twili. Oh.
Can I does it look like anyone's kind of looking towards me oddly or anything?
You might have caught a few glances.
Okay.
You've been noticed, at least.
I'm gonna use telepathy since I know Velkorin's close enough to me. I can just reach out to him. I believe we've talked about this before, how once you've connected to someone, you don't really have to see them again as long as you're able to sense their presence or whatever. And I'm gonna say, if it seems like people are looking at me a little too oddly, it might be a good idea for me to just step into your shadow the rest of the way.
Jump into someone's shadow? Is that what you were doing?
She telepathies to Velkorin that if it starts looking a little sketchy, then they should find a place where people aren't gonna see her step into his shadow. So that she can just kind of disappear and they can do their fancy stealth checks the rest of the way.
Yeah. And he's your road? Yeah.
Wouldn't she have to find exactly where we are since we are now ahead of her?
Well, if you're within my telepathy range and I know you, I can basically reach out with my telepathy, and if you're close enough, I can just connect to you.
I'm talking about for your shadow.
If she's hiding your shadow, she would have advantage on the stealth checks.
No, I mean to know where we are. We left
Get to you
without
guys.
her because she wanted to mosey on through the town.
Moseying? I'm still moving through because, it's an hour and it's concentration for me to keep invisibility up.
Well,
so I
then-
have to.
I will respond to that as, Velkorin, are you responding to her to let her catch up to you to get into
You
her
can't.
shadow?
That's the problem.
Oh,
Yeah, I have no way of communicating back because her spell is the basic version.
right.
Yeah,
you can't
I don't
talk
know how
back.
to upgrade it yet. I think that
She
was a
can't.
goal.
Send messages.
Yeah,
Well, I
I
guess
actually
it's-
I looked in my prepared spells to see if I could prepare message, and I didn't see it unless I'm just blind.
Well, I guess it's
Let's see.
your choice then if you want to wait for Vivra to try to find you, or
Nope.
you're
Well,
gonna try to
here's-
signal
here's-
her, or you're gonna keep going and let her figure
Here's
it
the
out on
thing.
her own.
I don't know where Akari is, just with that they're within 30 feet in any direction. Toto is invisible in 30 feet in any direction. They don't have a high enough perception. Well, I guess they would have to know where I am based on staying within 30 feet, but I have no way of making sure they stop.
Yeah.
So
You're also disguised
See,
technically. Did you keep your disguise up, or you?
no,
you stay-
I haven't done my because
Okay, so you did.
I haven't-
You
since
did
we're gonna
stay
sneak
as
out into
Twili.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
This is
go-
one of those moments where Vivra would have thought of this before we entered, but I didn't, so I'm just kind of doing the hindsight thing of how do I fix this so that Vivra actually does what Vivra might do. While also accepting my fate.
Implied that Velkorin's gonna keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vivra can't hear anything back, so she's just like, if
Right.
Velkorin ever reveals himself to me, that's when I know I've been like too obvious. That's basically the only way you can do it. And it's the only way to let the others essentially know that you've stopped is to reveal your location. Since you're a Twili, there's a higher chance for people to not say anything because you're
I would
a
be in the
Twili.
exact same situation you're currently in.
I know. We basically have to find a place to hide or whatever, or to re-hide, I guess. So really, we're stuck in it. We just gotta get through the entire town. I'm so stressed.
Akari would let her black cat familiar kind of stay near Velkorin to be a way to communicate if needed.
Works with me.
I mean, the Twileys aren't going to look at a cat and be like, what the fuck is that, are they?
Just walking around.
I have a way.
Wait, what are you doing?
I telepathy. I'm going to use detect thoughts. Just use your surface thoughts to respond to me.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to know what my surface thoughts are?
Yes.
This idiot could turn into a fly.
Vivra.
Goes right.
Yeah, you know what? Vivra's so tired. That's everything that's happening. It's tired brain.
That's fair.
Like it's
If there was a day for her to not be on top of her game, it's right now.
like that's literally what the thought is. Like she's in her own. She got stuck in this by herself.
Yep.
She wanted to do this. She has the easiest escape out of all of us.
Yeah, and she's too
And she
tired to
won't use it.
realize.
2 and a 5. Fuck's sake.
Surface
Or
thought.
what
Let's fucking
animals-
transform.
What animals are roaming around the streets? What is the most common animal that Vivra sees?
Fly.
She can't transform into a flying animal.
Flies,
Well-
camels.
Oh, bug.
That's way too slow. I'm
Probably-
pretty sure
probably
the
a couple
fly animal
dogs.
has. I'll copy one of the dogs.
Beetlejuice.
Walk
desert
past
mouse, mice, yeah.
I need to be something fast enough to keep up with the group. Tiny animals are not gonna cut it.
You know how fast those fucks are? You try to
Right?
catch
Yeah,
a mouse.
They zoom in.
Let me. You know what? Let's see here.
You can dash too.
I also don't want to get
The mouse.
stomped on.
At 1 HP, bonk into a human.
Speed 20 feet. Absolutely not.
You can dash every turn. You'd be moving 40. You'd be fine. We're moving stealth speed. We move 30 max.
If I
Snake
try
is another
to slyly turn into one of the dog breeds that I see walking around, would that be like stealth or something to just attempt to do it? Just
They sleight and
sleight of hand. Okay.
so you want to go hide somewhere and then do it.
People are already glancing at me.
You're different.
Yes, I am different. Either way, I'm gonna attract attention. No one's talked to me yet. Yeah, if Velkorin's like, you know what, this idiot can transform, she's like, fine. And that was a 14 sleight of hand.
Okay. Roll against you. Okay, yeah, you're fine.
Yay!
don't
As
like
far
me
as I
today.
know.
Shift into a dog is what you said?
Yeah, just one of the more common breeds that I see kind of roaming around.
Alright, you'll become a doge.
Yay! I trot along, all doge-like.
Yep, but you've been, for the most part, ignored now.
Yay!
Alright, the other three are just continuing to make your guys' way through the town, trying to be as quiet as you can. We'll say you guys make it through probably halfway through the town at this point. Let me roll something. Okay. You guys have wandered down an alleyway, but unfortunately, as you start to wander down that alleyway, you can hear some people that are probably coming to the same alley you are, opposite end. What do you want to do?
Same alley. I can't see them.
Akari remains stealth for now. Probably, since it's within 30 feet and she's kind of keeping her distant. She's probably traveling along the top of the buildings.
Who are probably then the two that are on the ground.
Oh, one's invisible.
True.
And I'm just gonna keep moving because I'm a Twili anyway. It don't matter.
Okay. Shit again. Alright, so the Twili they were talking to each other as they were walking down the alley, and they kind of stopped for a second as they noticed that you kind of look at you up and down, but just because you are different, as like I said, it was the same thing, kind of the same thing with Vivra. You're not normal, but for the most part, they just kind of give you the side eye as they walk past you. For ease, that Toto was able to dodge around them by staying close to Velkorin. But for the most part, you get past those guys without any issue. And you kind of keep making your way further down. You are getting closer to the end of the town at this point. I'll have you guys re-roll your stealth to see if you maintain your quiet throughout the whole time.
This is still without a trace, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Turn
showing
my avatar into a doggo.
with
Do I roll
half
with
the
advantage?
Yeah. You're still invisible.
With all the bonuses, 33.
32.
332.
31.
They're all pretty.
We all just go.
That's
Pretty
amazing.
We
Still.
got Bethesda stealth.
And it is, like I said, as you've gotten deeper into the forest, the sun for the most part is blocked out, but it still kind of has that twilight glow everywhere. Would have actually, Akari and Toto can make another wisdom save for me.
There it is.
Damn.
Have been in town for a while now.
That's a nat 20.
You're fine.
6 total.
Oh no.
You're also still barely fine.
Wow.
Okay, cool. It didn't increase.
At this time. All right. As you guys kind of progress a bit further, I have to do. Okay. You keep going further. You guys are at this point. You are towards the end of the town, just before you get out. Yes. The kind of last thing that you're about to pass is a rather large tent, and you can hear some kind of tinkering inside the tent right now.
Oh no.
Oh no. Back to that in a second. Vivra, I assume you're gonna just keep going.
Yep. I was told to go through the town, so I'm going through the town. I'm going to get to the other side.
You are a dog. You probably have the easiest time to get through without a problem.
Dog on a mission.
Okay, well, nobody really cares about you now because you're an animal. But as you guys pass through or near that tent, roll again. The total yours was 31. Oh yeah, you're
Yes.
They're also invisible, so that's like
33.
33. Alright. But, let's see here. I have to think about a thing. It's supposed to be a funny thing here, so. Yeah. I'll say, especially because Toto's the closest to it, probably. You hear an explosion in the tent for a second, and just kind of blasts open the door, and there's a whole bunch of, like, just because Toto's the closest one near the door there, they probably see a bunch of different, like, Twili technology and robots in the tent, and there seems to be a little dude just kind of working on something inside.
Vivra.
I wanna go look, I wanna go look, I wanna go look, I wanna go look. I'm gonna go look.
I need to reach out in telepathy. Don't!
you wouldn't know where. None of us.
I'm
know
around
where,
you guys, aren't? Well, no. Again,
You're like
if
on the main
you're-
road
None of
there
us
on the
know
side
where
roads.
Toto is. She's
Okay.
or they're invisible with a 33 spell.
No, but I thought I was close enough because, like, I reached out with you. If I'm close enough to Toto, I could reach out to them.
You would
But
have
you
to
wouldn't
know
know that they're going
they
into the
are
tent.
going somewhere,
Yes.
but we wouldn't.
This is
None of
true.
us would know.
That's true.
Until they leave my path without a trace, none of us know.
How would they know?
So with Toto entering the tent full of stuff, you look around inside this tent, which is just a clusterfuck of different technology and stuff. A lot of it is very reminiscent to your own Shiekah technology, but it's not quite the same. And you see in the back that it just random explosions keep happening every once in a while, and Velkorin, you don't know if somebody went in the tent, but you saw essentially the same thing that Toto saw.
God,
I'm gonna take pictures of everything.
guys. Detect thoughts is concentration.
Oh right, so yeah.
Invisibility is concentration.
Oh right, that was a thing.
Oh,
What was your first
that,
roll,
that
Toto?
broke at some point.
Well.
Not invisible.
Because we forgot about that part. We'll say it happened while Toto was in the tent, just to make it a little easier. For you. So
My girl's tired.
yeah, we'll go with that. So yeah, as you make it extra, Velkorin would hear her speaking into your head, or not, and then trying to detect the surface thoughts, and probably in the process of you going, wait, no, Toto is not anywhere in your vision for some reason. Because you would at least understand of the one spell cannot be active at the same time.
Yeah, since I can cast it.
Right. So, Toto is not in your area, as far as you can see. But we'll come back to that. We'll go to Toto, where, like I said, you are surrounded by a bunch of different technology that's Twili. There's even a massive golem-looking robot in the back end that seems to just be sitting there. And after...
I'm gonna go bonk it.
I was gonna say, after a moment, a little guy turns around and immediately looks at you. And this is what he looks like. He's just a short, tiny little Twili who's maybe 3 feet tall and has red hair with some blue glowing glasses.
Dexter Laboratory reference?
It kind of is. I didn't even realize it.
Why are you built like that? Sorry.
And he looks up at you and he says, well, why are you built like that? As he points out to your arm and leg, which, even though it's covered, it's weird that he pointed that out.
Wait a minute.
Walks over and he says, that's interesting. What's up with your limbs?
Don't worry about it.
Worry about it. I am literally hired to worry about things like that. So, what's going on? It's interesting.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
And he like pulls a screen out of his chest pocket there that he's got and shows it to you, and you can see it's like an infrared picture of you, and you can see that your limbs are obviously hotter than the rest of your body because you're in the desert and it's metal. He's like, that's suspicious. What's going on with that?
You know, metal.
Metal. Okay, you have metal limbs. That's more concerning. What's going on with that?
Yes. Oh god. What's this? I switch the subject and point to the golem. What's that?
Which, surprisingly enough, distracted him enough. He's like, it's a prototype that I've been working on forever, but for some reason I can't get it to work. There's like one part missing that I've been trying to figure out.
Can I help you? I might have something.
Kind of thinks about it for a minute. He's like, How about you let me see your arm and I'll let you tinker with it?
Oh, fine. Then I take off my glove and my shoe. There you go.
And he almost immediately runs right up to you. And his the eyes that were glowing blue are now glowing red. Looking at your arm, taps on it, and then looking over at your leg, taps on it again. He's like, oh, so that's how that mentioned. Much different. And it's like he goes to move your leg or your arm a bit just to kind of look at the hand and the inside the palm and the wrist. Hey, actually, it work. He walks off to a different thing. He's like, if you're fair to mess with the golem, I gotta think of something here. So he goes off and he starts to write something down on a piece of paper.
Wait, holy crap, he speaks common.
Yeah, that is the first thing too, is he was speaking in common. Obviously, totally blew over the fact that you were Shiekah too. He didn't even give a shit.
Science is at hand! And I will tinker with the golem.
Tinker with the golem. Alright. What are you trying to do with the golem?
Turn it on.
Turn it on. Okay, I guess I'll have you make a tinkering check, which I believe is your Dex plus proficiency. If I remember right, how that work?
I see. That is a 17.
Pretty good. All right. Yeah, so you kind of did your different little tinkering into it. You kind of pull out your tool set that you've had for forever, and you open up the chest piece of it essentially and kind of look around and things, and then, like, surprisingly for something that's not even close to your technology, it kind of makes sense to you for some reason. You're like, it's very similar to what you've worked with. And you kind of mess around with a few parts, you pull a few wires out, you reconnect a different one, you scratch out a rune and put in your own rune that's different, and then after a few minutes, you close it up, you poke the button on its chest, and there's a burst of steam and the eyes turn on as it stands up. The little guy looks up and goes, "Wow, look at that! You figured it out. Interesting. Well,
It was super simple. I just reconnected these wires and all that stuff.
Toto's too smart for me to handle this, so
Yep, I got
that's
it.
what they go on about.
yep, you're geeking out with the other guy." And he's like, "I hadn't even thought about that." He's writing down notes. And he's like, Well, this is the prototype, so I don't really care about it anymore. I'm gonna move on to the next thing. He starts to immediately is making out drawings and whatnot. It just doesn't seem to care what's going on with that. He's like, "You can take that thing. I don't really care about it so much anymore, but think of it as a gift for the knowledge you gave me."
Thank you. I'm gonna name him Bingus.
What?
Oh, Bingus.
Bingo. Okay. But yeah, so he just kind of is on his scientist brain where he just is thinking about his own stuff and is completely immersed in it. Didn't give a shit that you are obviously special. But he picked up something from you that triggered something for him. So, and at this point, I guess what is your next step? Since now you have a giant robot following behind you as you come out, which
No.
Velkorin would notice you now, as you come out with a robot behind you.
If I'm assuming they've been in there for a minute, so I would have been standing in the doorway just watching these two, because clearly they don't pay attention to anything but what's in front of them.
Yep.
But I would just stand. I would have tapped the cat's head to tell Akari to hold up, and I would just be in the doorway watching them as they're literally just zooming back and forth.
The cat would have meowed and nodded. Its makeshift way of saying that she's nearby hearing.
Which at that point you would notice, Toto would finally notice that Velkorin has been watching you the entire time.
Just gonna thumb backwards as we gotta go.
Go. Alright. They said 1 second. So yep, they're gonna come out with you.
How long were they working on the robot thing?
Probably maybe 10 minutes, not as long as you.
Oh my gosh.
Long
Nuts.
enough for us to have to stand there and wait and then realize they ain't paying attention to us.
They were distracted by science.
So Vivra's still going. She's just
Vivra, you probably would
moving.
have. You're probably near the exit at this point, just waiting for them to catch up. to you.
Yeah. Just, I am a dog sitting here doing nothing. Do not look at me.
Alright. Think how I would do.
Okay, sorry, I'm
Say
here.
that. Welcome back.
Alright. So, like I had said before you ran away, Kael, after you have repaired the dude real quick, and you go to walk out, you just saw Velkorin, who was standing in the doorway, arms crossed, waiting for you.
Oh, hello. Hi.
At this point, you realize that you got distracted.
I'm sorry. I bow my head.
I'm just gonna do what I said I was doing earlier. I'm just gonna point back and say we gotta go.
Okay, we're going. Wait, we have a new party member, Bingus. That's him. And then I take the golem.
Okay, and just we gotta go.
Yeah, so it is he's a pretty, not huge, but it's a golem, whatever. But it is very much the Shiekah technology, or not Shiekah, the Twili technology. So it's instead of the like bright blue that a Shiekah tech would be, it would be the brighter green, greenish glow.
If if this turns out to be Jaxie's new character and Toto named them
It is
Bingus,
Yeah, now it used to be Bingus. Bingus. That's
Right.
Hi guys,
Oh.
I'm JaxiHeart and I'll be playing Bingus.
Alright. Alright, so Toto will need to re-roll your stealth. And you'll have to roll stealth for the robot now, too. You should have the stat block
Oh,
in
boy.
your character sheet somewhere.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. I know it gives you the stat block, but I don't know where it is.
Yeah, it's a steel defender.
Yep.
Un momento. I roll my stealth. Is it advantage?
Not anymore. You're visible.
Whee! I said 22.
22, you're fine. What about the robot?
Okay,
Do
let's
you
see.
still have pass without trace or no?
Yes.
Because if it's pass without
Yes.
trace, that's a 32 then.
Yes.
Was it 22 with the thing or without it?
It was the roll was a 22.
Yeah,
before
roll was
adding.
22.
Okay, so yeah, 32.
This is
And you're
32.
fine. You are
Yeah.
fine.
Let me roll for the robot now. $19.
So 29. He's also fine. Alright. Surprisingly, the giant metal robot is fine.
Insane.
And
It's not that he's hiding. People just see a giant robot and they're like, ah, the scientist is at it again. So
Yep.
whatever.
probably stealth bot. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Yeah, kind of keep making your way out. You guys finally make up towards the entrance or the exit, which is also technically the entrance. Because, you know, it's a two-way street. Whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you kind of gotta make your way out to the end. At this point, you're getting close to running out of time, probably on the spell. But you make your way to the exit, where you see a random dog sitting nearby.
Just tapping my paws. Just
The dog looks anxious.
Throw out some rotten meat I had on me.
Oh,
the dog makes a very disgusted face.
All right.
He wipes
I
their
know who
nose.
that dog is. Let's go.
I was gonna say, like, the dog looks like it's almost having a panic attack. I wonder who that is. No.
Very
But
weird.
yeah, you know, you throw the rotten meat, it's like, ugh. It makes that, like, shows its teeth and sticks its tongue out, wipes its nose. But she can't see you guys.
well, I mean, you're in front of
That dog failed the vibe check.
I mean, I can try. I can try to see you guys, but I don't think I can, because aren't you guys, like, all at 30 or whatever?
We're all 30 plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
no,
you're-
even that 20 ain't cutting it. So, just where are my friends?
I would pat her head.
Say he threw meat at you, you would be able to acknowledge him at least, which would
Oh,
probably let
so
you.
I
see the
figured
rest.
I looked down at the meat, looked up, and because there's a crowd or whatever, I don't see him. But if I could see him because of that, the ears like perk up, then she just
Yeah.
trots out of the town.
We'll say it was towards the end of town where there aren't as many people, so you wouldn't really need the stealth anymore. You guys successfully made your way through the town and picked up a new friend. Which, I guess, yeah, you gotta robe it now.
Bingus!
Alright, so you guys keep going. I guess what do you want to do now that you are towards the exit of the area?
Leave.
Fair.
Yep.
Definitely leave.
I don't want to stop moving until I'm out of there.
Can't get information, so leave.
Alright. You guys keep going away. At this point, you don't really need to be as stealthy anymore because you are out of town. Kind of still are in the thick of this weird black fog, though, so we'll actually make Akari and Toto roll again. And as a note...
Wisdom save?
Yes, wisdom save, both of you. And I should have made the note before, but the pearls that were in Velkorin and Vivra's pocket would have, like, sparkled while they were gleamed, sparkled, whatever, as soon as you guys entered the, like, dark, clouded twilight area.
I have
9.
7.
Except you both fail this time.
Oh,
Oh, it went up.
So,
yeah, it's been going up.
because you've been in
I
the
was
area
still
for an hour
5
now.
before.
Akari and Toto, both you guys feel your body start to just feel wrong and like shift, and your bones feel sore, your muscles feel sore, everything feels weird as all of a sudden you two shift into snow leopards.
Snow leopard.
Both of you guys are snow leopards right now.
Oh my god.
Which, let me roll something quick. Well, that was cool. That's both of you guys take 2 points of damage. It's the first time you felt your body literally change and shift in front of you.
Is that 2 points of damage?
Yep.
What happens to my metal limbs?
Oh my.
Surprisingly, they shift with you.
That is
I
very
have
odd.
metal paws.
Because I need to DM bullshit that, because yeah.
Vivra,
I'm
Vivra,
gonna
I mean,
do-
Vivra sees this and jumps and is just like, what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that
But-
cute
but-
snow leopard thing where I chase my tail and I grab it and it's like in my mouth.
I'm
Vivra's
gonna
growling.
I'm gonna look up. Are we far enough away from the city now?
Probably at this point, yeah.
I'm gonna look up at the sky and then go, oh right, and then take my pearl and give it to one of the cats, since they now are identical cats.
Flip a coin.
Sure. One. Total, pick one or two.
Dos.
Yes. Okay, it was one.
Damn.
So Akari, you get the toe thing. I'm like, attuned to this, and I'm gonna just put it on your hold up your paw and put it on your paw.
You put I don't know, familiar brings it over to the leopard. The correct one, I guess.
We're going to attune to the pearl, I assume.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it in my inventory.
I'm gonna look over to Vivra. The other one needs your pearl. Because I don't know which one is which. Two people just appeared and they were cats.
Viv is like looking at you, and then she detransforms. It's like, aren't we leaving this area soon?
The cloud spread for a while, so you can get it back once we're out.
Sorry, I added an item to your inventory, so just refresh it.
She pulls it out.
I'm gonna look at Vivra and go.
I don't want to metagame it, but part of me feels like if that cat is like acting like that and making noises towards Vivra, she's kind of like, I have a feeling. And then she'll set it down in front of you.
I play with it. Like a cat.
No,
I'm
you
I'm
hold it or
trying
I
to
take
finish
it
up.
back.
Okay, I take it.
Good.
All right.
There.
Perfect opportunity since you shifted back into human.
Yeah.
After a few minutes, both Toto and Akari do revert back to humans. As you see the pearls had shone, or shined, glinted, whatever, in their hands. Well, they were holding them. They shifted back to human. Or humanoid form, I should say.
First I suffer a curse, then I get transformed.
And as you guys were starting to walk towards the travel, off in the distance you see a familiar figure.
Oh no.
So fuzzy.
The tall man in heavy plate armor starts to walk towards you guys.
The masked
The
man?
bright red neon glow immediately is recognizable to Vivra.
She's back. She stops and is like taking steps backwards now.
At this point, he looks up at you specifically, and the other four. And he looks around, but his eyes are focused on Vivra.
Other four.
You made me transform back.
You know I did.
Other 4.
No, she's saying that to Velkorin.
Oh.
I didn't make you transform shit. You could have somehow pooped out that gem.
That's not how it works.
Other 4.
That's
Is this
above
including the
table.
robot?
3, 4. No, there's 4 of you.
Yeah, you said looked at Vivra and the other 4.
Oh, my
So is
bad.
that what you said?
I'm other way around.
Wow,
Other
math.
3. Whatever. I don't have math. Whatever.
No, that's
Anyways.
that's what I had to think about.
Anyways, we gotta finish up.
Anyways, he just looks at you and shouts, "You're not real," as he lunges towards you again.
Oh my god.
Just like before, when you last saw him, he immediately lunged towards you, and he did so again.
Was anybody able to hear that? Was that a common or Twili?
It
Recognize
was
the
Twili.
voice.
Twili? Okay.
It's
Good luck,
been
Twilis.
years.
The red glow on his armor and his mask was particularly glowing bright as soon as they actually noticed you when you shifted out of your form. So. And that's where we'll end it for today.
Jeepers.
The man, he found you again.
Yup.
Alright, yeah, so that's where we will wrap it up because Alistair's got to run away.
Yeah.
We will wrap it up here for today. We will be back again on Friday. Back on Friday on our normal time.
Maybe next week
Yay.
too. Yay.
Possibly sometime next week as well. We'll see what happens if people are busy or not. And then after that, we will probably be on our new schedule once we figure it out. But yeah, I will post again on Discord and Twitter just to let you know when the new time will be. But the next session at least will be back to normal on Friday at 9 o'clock Eastern. So yeah, we will see you guys
I'll be back
in a couple
town
days
by then.
instead of in 2 weeks. Oh,
Man, wait so long.
Oh,
To die.
You're gonna die.
Bye.
Bye.